Hey everybody, have you heard about the Drunken Peasants Patreon? It helps support the show while getting you some cool perks. Check it out! For $1 per month, you get to use our exclusive fan chat that appears at the bottom of the screen on every episode. For $5 per month, you get 2 new private shows, including Actual Mania, as well as our back catalog of private shows, plus all lower tier perks. For $10 per month, you get all of our monthly video content. This includes multiple post shows, our monthly reviews, our back catalog of all that content, plus all lower tier perks. For $15 per month, your name will appear in the ending credits of each DP episode, plus all lower tier perks. For $25 per month, you get to take part in our monthly booking committee hangout to help us book our Patreon content for that month, plus all lower tier perks. For $33 per month, you get an exclusive piece of DP merch each month, plus all lower tier perks. For $50 per month, you appear in the opening credits for each DP episode, plus all lower tier perks. For $100 per month, you get to join us as a guest on an episode of the Drunken Peasants podcast. Plus, you guessed it, all lower tier perks. Visit patreon.com/DP now to become a patron of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast. This is episode 1283.
Do it live!
And we're doing it live right now. And we've got 2 very special guests. We have Hannibal and Asterios from the Loudest Shit Show podcast, I think is what it's called. Welcome, guys.
I like that. Listen, we one day we decided to eat a bunch of Qdoba and Chipotle, and then it turned into the Loudest Shit Show podcast. There we are.
Billy and I actually did that. We did a side-by-side taste test of Qdoba and Chipotle, and we basically determined that once you eat enough of both, they taste exactly the same.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
the last time we mentioned this, and I was on the show, I told you Atlanta had just opened a Qdoba here in the city. I haven't been yet, and I want to go just so I can taste for myself. Me personally am very anti-Chipotle.
Me too.
But that's just like customer service experience, not because of the restaurant itself.
Well, I mean, then you could eat at Qdoba just to stick it to the man. But I overall, I would choose to eat neither. But personally, I like Qdoba better. But I guess sometimes when something's popular, I usually just root for the underdog just to do it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking it tastes better because it's not Chipotle. Who knows?
It's rarer than Chipotle. So it feels more special.
It is.
Look, at least here on the East Coast, it's you gotta really work to find a Q. It's like finding a Qdoba is like finding a leprechaun. It's like, oh God, I gotta jump on this fucker and drink his blood right away.
It's rare here too. It's very rare here too. I think there's only 1 or 2 locations in this metro area around here. So it's.
Wait, are we supposed to be drinking the leprechaun blood? Because I just been catching them and beating them up for the gold.
No, you gotta drink his fucking. What you have to do is you have to go full Army Hammer on that bitch.
Okay.
Chew him, chop him up.
I got you. Okay, see, I've been doing it all wrong. And see, I've been going full on Gargamel on those sons of bitches. So
you're turning them into gold.
Well, I was assaulting them. I didn't realize I was supposed to drink the blood.
Yeah, you gotta drink. That's where the magic is.
I gotta do a quick reminder for everyone tonight. We're still doing the thing. If you sign up for the $33 patron tier, we will send you this month's sticker, which is the Sweet Boys 8-bit Nintendo Black Cart parody. Just a sign of a token of our appreciation for you supporting the show. And then all the $50 patrons, you get that on a shirt. And multiple color choices for the shirt itself. So you guys can let me know.
And you get all lower tier perk
All
outfits.
lower
You
tier
learned. You
perks.
learned. See?
Yes.
Word spreads like wildfire.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to check in with the Kanye stuff, which I haven't even watched all the way through.
Oh.
So,
Oh God.
Oh man. Straight like that. I like that we can just get right into the shit.
Me
Yes.
too, actually. I want to see what this motherfucker's up to. Show me.
Yeah.
and I don't. The only thing I have left to say is please like the stream, and if you could use the link pinned in the chat to send us a couple bucks. It's a new week. We're starting a new goal. And we're rolling our way up to the 10th year anniversary of Drunken Peasants coming up on January 5th. So
yes, Monty and I are going to try to do everything in our power to make sure that we can. Like I just want to get 1 hour where we can go full on zebra effect.
Yes.
Again.
Well, there's gonna be like Canadians here more than likely, and I think Jeff Holiday is gonna be here too. So it's gonna be all kinds of effect. The effects will be insane. The Oregon effect, the Canadian effect.
Mm-hmm. The zebra effect. That's my favorite of the effects.
It is good.
Wild horses couldn't stop me from missing that show. And wild horses are essentially what the fuck zebras are anyway. Technically wild donkeys, right? They're more like donkeys.
They're more closely related to donkeys, I believe. But yeah, that's what I've heard anyway. All right, we're gonna go into this. Here we go. Do you love black people?
Billy looks a little different. Why did he get glasses?
Oh shit! We got a Jared. You guys don't even know about the Jared Donos, do you?
I mean, I believe I do.
Oh, did you see it?
Genesis?
Oh,
Yeah,
God. Is there something new?
Yeah, one of them just played during the intro, which is a shame.
Didn't see it.
I'm gonna see if I can replay it. So basically, anytime someone donates $4, $12, $22, $32, and so on, this Jared giggling GIF plays, and the higher the dollar value, the longer it plays for.
Oh, I know about the ha's. Yeah, I love getting as many ha's as possible, like chaining ha's.
Yeah. So it just played a second ago, and I think
How many ha's did you get?
Billy
Come
looks
on, I want 100 ha's. Oh!
For $102, it plays for 2 minutes straight without stopping.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
that sounds like torture.
that's why people do it.
Okay.
He looks like claymation came to life in the worst way.
He's like half melted or something.
Yeah, I don't remember his head being that round. You know what I mean? Not that he was ever in shape, but like, this is bad.
Oh, he's gained like 100 pounds in the past few years. Yeah.
Alcohol will do that.
I don't think he drinks. I don't believe he drinks.
Then what is he doing?
He just eats. I think he just eats junk food. I think his mommy feeds him, and he lays in his dirty room and just does nothing all day.
I've never wanted to give a gift to someone who I believe is a homophobe before, but I'd love to send him frames for his shitty little posters.
No, he's gross.
I know, but he's almost 40 now, and he's just sticking his posters on the wall with Scotch tape. It's like, have some respect for humanity.
See, now I feel bad because all my posters are also Scotch taped to the wall, and I want to go put them all in frames because I don't want to be embarrassed. Like I don't want to be in the same tier conversation as Jared Genesis.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way about the importance of frames.
Contracts, Ari Emanuel, your brother fucked up my city. Your brother turned Obama hair white. Rahm Emanuel, y'all don't do y'all facts. All y'all niggas want to talk about entertainment. Let me tell you, anybody ever talk to my red hat, y'all put me in a fucking hospital. Fucking Chinese water torture. Oh, million questions. Everybody around me telling me.
So where is he here?
Yes. What's happening?
Do we know?
I have no. I wanted to say he's in somebody's recording studio, but Kanye has also been known to have like a bunch of like pop-up studios, and also that looks like a house.
Yeah,
so
I feel like there was a house party going on, and he drove by and was like, "Oh, I'll just walk into this house right now and start talking to these people."
I can't wear. Nigga, you can't tell me the color of my hat. Y'all can't tell me shit, nigga. No, none of y'all motherfuckers here with no Instagram, nobody living, nobody at, and I don't want to hear shit from none of these Jewish niggas talk about, oh, he's in an episode. Carly Pasternak followed me to the fucking hotel. The nigga killed Aaron Carter, and now they acting like they won't clear the Backstreet Boys sample. You get what I'm saying? Harley Pasternak pusher.
A Backstreet Boys sample? What?
Yeah, so on Kanye West's, okay, I didn't know this until a few days ago, but apparently Kanye West, the artist formerly known as Kanye, what's his new name now?
I don't care. I don't care.
So, okay, all right. So Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign did a project together that was apparently supposed to come out a couple days ago, but then it didn't. I've heard it's because they had a bunch of samples that didn't get cleared, one of which being Backstreet's Back from the Backstreet Boys, and the sample didn't get cleared. So now the album is kind of floating around on different spaces. Like, I think it's on YouTube, and I've heard the song, and I'm not impressed. I didn't mean to build it up. It's mid.
I mean, that's the weird thing about Kanye, where it's like, look, we were just talking about how, like, his housing situation. Mm-hmm. The guy rented out he rent out like Eagle Stadium for a month. Like, he rented out like a football stadium for a month so that he could make his album. My guess is that he's like so fucked up on drugs that he needs like NFL level security to like stop him from like running outside. He built a prison for himself, and then he made Donda. Like, imagine that. Imagine like spending millions of dollars to rent a football stadium to make a mid at best album.
Why do you need a stadium to make an album? What's the advantage there?
Listen, he did that here in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and a bunch of people I know and a bunch of my former employees all had to work those events where Kanye would just be like, listen, I'm going to just like, they had very strict rules where it was like he bought them the uniforms that they had to wear. Everybody had to wear a certain shade of all black, right? They had bartenders on deck. They had concession stands open, and he is just there working on his project.
Weird.
Listen, like that man got some issues. He's got some issues.
Yeah.
Your trainer, Harley Pasternak, Jay-Z. You get what I'm saying? And then niggas be hanging around these niggas just for the money or some Mike Rubin shit. I slap the shit out of Mike Rubin. I see that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, fuck these niggas, bro.
Who's he talking? What?
Hold on.
Who's in the background applauding this?
You know what? I thought.
It reminds me of when I went and saw After Earth, the Will Smith, Jaden Smith, M. Night Shyamalan film, and when the movie ended, somebody got up and started applauding, and then somebody in the back of the theater yelled, "Shut the fuck up!" And I was like, "Yeah, I listen." It was the only enjoyable part of that movie.
Fuck these niggas, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my Farrakhan Don shit right now, bro. Because guess what? These Yeezys gonna sell. Yeah. They sabotaged the show today. They sabotaged the Instagram. They cut off the fucking Adidas contract. They did all the shit. Then they want to go get light-skinned Ye. You gotta understand.
Light-skinned Ye?
Yeah, I listen. I don't even know. I don't know what that is. I've never.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, listen. I don't know this for a fact, so one of you guys are going to have to correct me. Is it possible that he is like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he considers light-skinned Ye his like more affable, positive person?
That's not how I took it. I took it as like the people in the entertainment business wanted to like make him lighter. I don't know. I have no idea.
Listen. I have no. Listen. I stopped trying to make heads and tails.
Hypno situation.
Yeah, I stopped trying to make heads and tails of his situation, of the things that he says a long time ago. When he said slavery was a choice, I'd be like, okay, I'm good. I'm good on that.
That's Jerry. His real name is
like,
and that was a long time ago.
Kanye has been the most disappointing. And understand, at one point, and I realized this recently, people ask me all the time, oh, like, you know, what do you listen to? Who's your favorite artist, right? And it took me a while to come to grips with the fact that, like, I think Kanye West might be my favorite artist of all time. And watching his slow descent into madness has pained me. Like, just watching him just go off the rails. And this isn't like some shit that's happening. Like y'all have been noticing this shit recently, but like I started noticing this shit a while ago. Like when he did the 808s and Heartbreaks, I was like, this nigga's losing his mind. And it's just been a slow descent into madness. Go hit play, because I want to hear what he has to say, because I haven't watched this whole video, but I'm also curious to see what famous people jump in this live and see their reactions to the crazy shit he's saying.
Kanye, bro. Deadass, he told me that was his name. It's Light Skin Ye. They want the light skin version. They want a George Floyd. They want a Virgil. They don't let
Virgil, like from WWF in the 80s?
No.
Is that what he means?
That's the only Virgil he could be talking about.
The $1 Million Man
I didn't know he was
servant?
a wrestling fan. Kanye the Smart. It's the first thing I've liked about him in about a decade, that he's into wrestling.
Let me speak at his funeral. I saw 2, 3, 4, 5 white people not let me speak in further. None of y'all niggas and Drake, nigga. Hey, hold on, be quiet while I'm talking, baby. Drake, I love you. I'm gonna get the tattoo. But any of y'all niggas, Trav, Drake, whoever, y'all gotta show up. And don't tell me I'm talking crazy. Y'all niggas, I motherfucking Pharrell and me. Hey, come on, me. Pharrell, we broke down this door. We all in this shit together. We all in this shit together. And we all dealing with a lot of... We all... And what I'm telling you, a lot of people had shit to say about my Jewish comments, but ain't nobody in this motherfucking room, and none of y'all entertaining niggas ever said nothing when I was praying to see my kids one of the last days, what's my nigga that got fucking locked up for the Mega Salad shit?
Oh, Tory.
Okay, look. So Tory Lanez called me. We were saying prayers. We were saying prayers on the phone together. And I prayed that day. And y'all saw that shit. And y'all saw when I couldn't see my kids, when I couldn't see Chicago too. All y'all niggas on Instagram got some shit to say. Y'all niggas saw this shit. Don't tell me about my fucking political opinion. I made more money to show you that money.
Couldn't he not see his kids because he's, crazy? Is that why?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like Kim Kardashian was. I'm pretty sure was like, yeah, this man is insane, and I think he's a threat to be around our kids.
Full custody.
And I think at one point he bought a house across from Kim Kardashian's house, so that way he could just keep an eye on what was going on. I mean, listen, man, that's crazy nigga shit to do. That's just that just it might not be crazy, but it's crazy adjacent for sure.
Yes.
Ain't nothing. It's our money, nigga. It's our country, nigga. It's how they stole it from us. It's pyramids, nigga. It's pyramids in St. Louis, nigga, Missouri. They stole it. All the shit. America just the latest bitch that been ran through so many times. The Greeks hit her. Mansa Musa hit her. We had her. The Indians and shit. The motherfucking pilgrims. It's the Jewish niggas. They dress the same, nigga. It's the same shit. That's a story. They put us in the school. The Rothschilds. I know Jay-Z.
He is Jew. He is Jew.
Yeah,
that's what he would.
He loved saying that. He's like, black people are the original Jews, the original tribe of Jews.
It's black Hebrew Israelite nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Back here like, oh, this nigga gonna die now. I've been here for a year, my nigga. Yeah. They can't fucking touch me. Why? Because God covered me. He covered me. And guess what, Trump? We ain't giving you your support unless you get Larry out. Unless you get Jeff out. You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas, y'all politicians think y'all gonna just get our shit for free. Oh, all of a sudden, nigga, because you got a mugshot, you with us now? No, nigga. No, what you gonna do for us? What they gonna do for us? Y'all niggas done voted Democrat all these motherfucking times. Y'all niggas showing up with the LV show. These niggas is colonizers, nigga. The French own 80% of the banks in Africa, nigga. That's why I just met with MBS, nigga, head of Saudi. Nigga, we don't have
He just be saying shit. He just goes. He just says any idea that pops into his head, no filter. And okay, Asterios, yes sir. I'm sorry.
No. I want to hear what you know way more about him than I do. I want to hear you.
Listen, I've said the same thing about Kanye for a long time. I was like, that man needs a couch, not a camera, as his therapist.
He's using the N-word as if it's punctuation in a sentence. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. It's an exclamation point.
And a comma and a period. Yeah. It's everything.
This shit, nigga. Yeah. Okay, it's 60 million of us in America, 60 million Jews in the world. 50% of our deaths is abortion. 25% of us go to prison. Raise one hand if you don't know one nigga in prison. That's not one nigga got locked up.
That's like an easily Googleable fact. Like, it's so weird to me. You know, I had an argument with somebody the other day that said some shit that was like easily Googleable, right? So I let him say everything he said, and then I like Googled the thing that he said and showed him that he was wrong. And then he immediately was like, well, how do you know that that information is true in the place that you got it from? And immediately did the whole, well, if you found something that goes against what I believe, then what you found must be false. It's like, you can't have a conversation with somebody like that. He literally just makes up his own statistics on the spot. 60% of all black deaths are because of abortion. What? That is some wild. That is some wild, easily
believe your delusions, and it still makes sense. There's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Majorly awesome. Drop one of Clues bombs. Oh, right. That's my show. Okay. Right. If it was on my show, we'd have dropped one of Clues bombs for you. Instead, we just have to have Giggling Jared.
Wait, raise your hand if you don't know one person got abortion.
$22 is Giggling Sturgis, actually. Yeah.
Good old Sturgis. I tried having like a civil, normal conversation with him once. It did. Yeah, it didn't.
No, he's work. A moron. He's just bitter and angry and resentful. Mm-hmm. And it's so hilarious because he calls me fat, but he's definitely fatter than me. I even posted.
But you're not fat though.
I even posted like a side by side of what he looked like and what I look like on Twitter. And it's like, I don't know. So it just shows that he won't even acknowledge reality. He's stuck on. There's even memes about it now too. But like, so let me see here.
Yes, yeah, you have. Please tell me you have these memes.
I have one. I have one. So like, but hold on, I'll show you the meme in a second. But like, so there's Sturgis. He's like,
what?
And he was
That's
like,
what he looks like for real?
And he was like, that was me a year and a half ago, bud. It's like, okay, can we see what you look like now? Because you don't look very different. And there's a picture of me. He calls me fat, but he's like way fatter.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this in his defense.
And here's the...
I will... Okay, well, yes, obviously.
That's perfect. That is hilarious. They have a whole different perception of what they think what we actually look like in person.
Yeah,
I was caught off guard the first time I saw Ben Pye and Young Bill Fridge. I was like, oh, I definitely thought you were taller. I thought you were short. I thought you were bigger. I thought you were smaller. With Vosh, I was like, Vosh is actually the whitest person I've ever met in real life. Like I could like veins in the daylight white. You know what I mean?
Like Seamus, yes.
I think he stays inside a lot, and he's I think like Irish. So yeah.
Now I'll tell you, if it was in a Jewish mother on Friday with no fucking everybody raised their hands. So wait a second. But wait a second. Who make the hospitals though? Who got the hospitals? These are Zionists, nigga. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Jesus Christ, Hitler, yay. Third party, sponsor that, nigga. Yeah. Bring the sponsorships to that. Because there's going to be some niggas that feel exactly like me.
Pause it.
Yeah.
But he's like, Jesus Christ, Hitler, me. I'm like, but you do know that like Hitler would have for sure killed Jesus, right? Based on like your own belief structure, and history and stuff.
I also feel like Hitler might also have one or two problems with Kanye. I mean, right?
One or
it's like,
two.
You think this guy's your buddy? Like, come on, pal. You think this guy's gonna like it? Well, look, what the fuck was I gonna say about fucking Kanye? Oh, so look, a couple of minutes ago, he talked about having met MBS, Mohammed bin that fucking guy from Saudi Arabia who murdered that American journalist.
Yeah. Murdered that journalist. Murdered that journalist and got clear away with it.
Oh,
yes, exactly. And made the murdered guy's son shake his hand.
Yeah.
On stage. Well, who is Kanye meeting with? Like, that's a whole new level of fucking insane. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Kanye is an interesting, I think when you have somebody be as rich as he is, it's hard to get people in the room with him that can tell him that he's wrong and make him believe that he's wrong. I think Elon Musk is kind of in a similar boat where it's like you're so rich. There's like, who can tell you, hey, I don't think this is the best idea. How do you even make that idea translate to them? How do you get that idea across to somebody that's worth that much money? How do you tell Bill Gates, hey man, I don't think this is a smart move? How do you tell that to Jeff Bezos? How do you tell that to the Koch brothers? How do you tell them, hey man, this ain't it?
I think we all have to agree that none of us saw him collabing with Milo Yiannopoulos and Nick Fuentes. Like, that's like the most amazing thing.
I mean, it's like the fucking it's like the Cards Against Humanity of pairings. It's like so random. It's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, you're hanging out with Milo Yiannopoulos and fucking Nick Fuentes, and that you, Kanye, broke up Milo and Nick's friendship.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is even better. They were both trying to stab each other in the back. Although I really do love that leak.
Does anyone know what that long ancient Greek poem was called? Like this,
the Iliad,
and had to find his way home.
The Iliad or the Odyssey. Although if that's I don't know, maybe I just said a slur. Maybe this is a new trick or something. But what was that? I forgot what I was going to say. Keep going. Sorry.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm 7. I don't give a fuck about life or death. I get visitation with my kids. I ain't got no say so. Them niggas walk.
Ben, I've never agreed with you more on what it's like. I was just thinking about this today with Matthew Perry. It's like Matthew Perry has he had an unlimited money machine.
So bad he provided the biggest info on DP. Apparently Ben is a secret millionaire. Also great to see my favorite second-hand MF Doom and Asterios, my only favorite Greek heart.
Hey!
Fit in your mouth.
God damn, thank you guys so much you guys are donating so much that you're breaking up our anecdotes, which is a really good thing.
That's the only kind of anecdote breaking I allow here,
Yeah. That's nice of you guys. Thank you so much. Look, I was with Matthew Perry. I had a limited money machine. It's like when this fucker goes to a therapist, if the therapist says something he doesn't want to hear, he just finds another therapist. It's like, I have no idea how you reach the rich. Like, these people they think they're better than you, which, to be fair, they are. They're rich and you're poor. Like, I don't know how you reach someone like this with mental health, with mental health care.
Yeah. I have no idea, like, I don't know what the solution is here. Like, I don't know how you reach somebody on that level with as much reach and influence and money as he has. Yeah, I have no idea. I know he's been going down this path for a very long time. A couple, like last year before last, Monty and I on our show, we went through and revisited all of the Kanye West's entire discography to put the albums in order from best to worst. And when you listen to all the albums back to back, you can hear that the person that he is today, he has been becoming this person for years. Like it has been very gradual, and I know a lot of people like to say it, and I tend to be of this opinion as well. After his mama died, this man lost his mind and has not found it since. and is probably going to run for president again in 2024.
I mean,
think.
Please. Is he going to be on any ballots though?
Probably not.
Shouldn't he already be like in motion for that to happen? I mean, we're going into the election year now, and the Republicans will pick their candidate officially, in a matter of months here.
They'll pick Donald Trump. They'll pick
of course, but they have to like have their primaries and officially declare him the winner and certify it and everything.
Is anybody else just like expecting Trump to be president, or is that just me?
No, I am. There's a very good chance.
I think it's a very high probability. Like I don't even think it's probable. I think it's at this point it's definite. Like I think that like Donald Trump will be the president in 2024.
I wouldn't bet against it.
Come around look like soccer players. They don't even fucking know. They don't even know they got the dad, the kid. They see me come play one on nobody.
They still feel you though.
They feel me, but they trying to program them.
Ain't he?
The head of Louis Vuitton, Bernard Arnault, fuck you. Alexander Arnault, fuck you. Francois Pinault, fuck you. Dimna, fuck you. Fuck Balenciaga. Fuck Cedric.
Buy the Yeezy Pods.
Fuck Gap and fuck Adidas, nigga.
He's so butthurt. He got fired.
Yes.
He was going to be so filthy rich and ended up losing so much money. He ruined the best deal of his career right there.
Adidas preferred to take like $1 billion loss than to deal with him. Think of all the fucking shoes that they're sitting on, and they're like, we can't sell these. So, like it's he was the only thing making the money, and they had to fucking cut him loose because he was too fucking insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think they were trying to manage the blowback from his rants, kind of like Disney. Like I think Disney and Jonathan Majors had a very similar thing where it was like Disney saw the writing on the wall with the trial, so they was like, all right, let's just scrap all the movies for next year except for Deadpool because we're gonna have to like redo a whole bunch of shit. I think Adidas did the same thing. It was like, shit, Kanye's gonna piss a bunch of people off, so let's do. Yes. I get it. I understand them trying to manage it. They got stockholders, they got a board, they got investors, they got a bottom line they got to meet. And the last thing you need is Kanye West being like, yeah, man, let me tell you what the Jews tried to do to me this week. You're like, uh-oh. Yikes.
Niggas like fucking still wearing Adidas. Nigga, don't say me shit. Nigga, I'm by myself in this motherfucking room, nigga. Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now. Just the fact that you ain't listening to me, ain't none of y'all niggas with me. I'm by my fucking self. Because ain't none of y'all niggas stand up for me. Ain't nobody stop. And shut up. Be quiet before you get exiled. Like
before you get exiled.
Could you imagine being exiled from Kanye West's life? What does that mean? What is his life like where he's just out here exiling motherfuckers?
I'm going to kick you off the island.
You know what? There was a great philosopher and poet one time that said, no one man should have all that power. Who was it? Who said?
I wonder.
It'll hit me one of these days.
So I'm saying is, nobody with me. Everybody here, half the motherfuckers on a check, half the motherfuckers just here like, ha, laughing at jokes, laughing at the raps and shit. Nigga, I made these beats in my mama's basement. I drew these motherfucking shoes since I was in 7th grade, nigga. Because when I asked niggas step up, not one nigga stepped up.
So in the 7th grade, he was designing shoes? Interesting.
Yeah. Not one nigga stepped up.
I ain't ready to step up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. None of the famous niggas, Mav Carter sold me out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fucking said y'all saw me, ain't see my kids. All y'all rich niggas got y'all kids in that Zionist school. Fuck Sierra Canyon. My daughter ripped up the motherfucking couches in the house to be able to be with me right now. Y'all don't know what's going on. For real. Where y'all TikToking and all that shit.
Where y'all TikToking and all that shit.
Up with all that shit. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm in Pop. I'm in Vegas. Like Pop. My daughter had the Tupac fucking t-shirt. So I'm saying, witness this shit. visit this shit. But I don't believe in nobody but me, nigga. I don't for y'all don't gotta say we with you. You're not with me. No one's with me because nobody
acting like he's Jeff Probst sending people to Exile Island while in the middle of a barbarian rage.
Yeah. What a world.
Yeah, like Kanye West is the guy that needs a reality show. Like if he's gonna be this crazy, then surround him with cameras and like let's just put that shit on TV. Let me subscribe. I'll pay Hulu an extra $5 a month to watch Kanye descent into madness.
I mean, you have to admit,
yeah,
he is entertaining for the worst reasons possible.
Absolutely.
Like, these people are all trying to say like, Kanye, I understand you're anti-Semitic, but I do support you, and he's like attacking them.
Mm-hmm.
He's it looks like he's like right now. It looks like he's outside of that fucking trailer that what's his name, Matthew from News Radio, Andy Dick. It looks like he's outside Andy Dick's streaming trailer, and he's attacking like the last friends he has left.
Yeah. And just even him being in the room being like, nobody had my back when I was trying to get my kids. Not even the people in this fucking room, you know? Like y'all, and they're sitting up here applauding everything that he's saying. And he's telling y'all, I don't fuck with y'all. Even the people in this building, in these four walls, I don't fuck with none of y'all. I don't fuck with Carl. I don't fuck with Lisa. I don't fuck with who's that Jewish guy? Get him out. Like exile him. Like Kanye is like he's telling y'all in the video he don't fuck with y'all, and people still fucking with him. You know, I'd also like to point out, like at a certain point of this video, I saw Timbaland in the chat, like big up all the stuff that Kanye was saying. Then he started talking reckless about the Jews, and Timbaland has since left the chat. He has said nothing since then.
It's really with me. It's just me and God.
Exile Kanye to the Wendy's in the middle of the woods with Mama JF and Puff.
Yep. Yeah. Mama JF has been missing for like 7 months or so. And for about a month or two, King Cobra's pet bearded dragon has been missing also. So we think they may have ran away together. Puff didn't believe in the whole, because, King Cobra has the of age, non-related, alive, and human. And Puff was like, no, love can exist outside. Interspecial love is true and real. Especially between reptiles and Canadians. So, Quebecois Canadians.
How do you lose someone that big? That seems impossible.
Mama JF, she's missing.
You have to turn your phone when you're talking to her. How could she be missing? Whatever. All right.
What I'm saying, and I'm still alive.
Let's go.
And I'm still alive. You ain't post. You ain't post. When I couldn't see my kids, y'all ain't post. Y'all ain't stop the Adidas shit. Y'all niggas let Adidas crack.
How are they supposed to stop Adidas?
Yes.
Who are they? Like, who is he speaking with? Who are these people?
I want him to pan around. Like, maybe if we saw who was in the room with him, we would have a better understanding.
Kanye, some of that bogle mead. That'll cool his nerves down.
I have another video from another angle that has other stuff that he said that isn't in this video. That you'll see some of the other people.
The richest nigga all time. Y'all know
I did.
Adidas was begging. Wait a second. I put up one tweet, and then Ari Emanuel put, "Oh, we got to drop this nigga," and all niggas just watch. The only nigga that had the Trump hat, the only nigga that went and got them billions, the only nigga that's breaking through all kinds of ideas in fashion. I've been called a faggot so many times for tight jeans. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas from Chicago that I take care of that still trying to sell me.
Please like the stream, by the way, guys. If you haven't liked the stream, please give it a like. Help us out.
Why do you think people would call him a European cigarette for wearing tight jeans? I don't understand.
Because it's confusing to me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I can't go to motherfucking GD. Nigga, I'm with way bigger folks than you, nigga. You niggas don't take care of me.
Right now, your thing is between you and God.
Who you, shut up. Who you think, no, hold on. Who you think the old man called?
You.
When we put Drake on stage, who the old man called?
You.
You know what I'm saying?
Does God put you in position?
Nigga, just because I had a car, nigga, fuck everybody, nigga.
You the biggest vessel.
That's what I'm trying to say to you niggas right fucking now, nigga.
Vessel.
This is what y'all been waiting for. Drake, this is what you been waiting for. Jay-Z, this is what you been waiting for. Kim, this is what you been waiting for. All you niggas, look, let me tell you something. This is the way the world works.
God is using him right now.
Okay, be quiet for a second. Don't scream for a second.
I love you, but okay.
No, you gotta.
I love it. Every time she says something, he tells her to shut the fuck up. That shit is hilarious. That is some. Listen, like in his former life, I imagine Kanye West's pimp hand was strong as hell. Okay, because every time she talked, he'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm talking." And she was like, "Jesus said you gonna free the people." He's like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm talking." Every time, I love it. I have no notes.
Get over.
Hey, sorry. Come down.
God runs the world.
He's clearly upset that like he wants famous people to agree with him. He wants people he respects to agree with him. Like he sees the people surrounding him, again, the only friends he has left, as like nobodies and nothings. And he's like, how come Timberland's not riding with me on my campaign against Ari Emanuel, the guy that just bought the WWE for $6 billion?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I wanna highlight something. OG Ghost in the chat said, "What's so bad about Kanye's mental illness is he would not listen to literally anybody, even if Jesus came down from the sky with Hitler and would tell him to fuck off and listen." Yeah, like Kanye West, like if Jesus and Hitler were real.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they came down from heaven or wherever and was like, "Hey man, you're wilding out and we need you to stop. Stop using our names in vain." All Kanye would say is, "You're not Jesus and you're not Hitler." That's it. And he would just keep going. He would deny it. He would deny their existence. You know, because we all know that Hitler is imaginary. He's not real. He never happened.
Then under that,
of course he
you
did.
got 1,000-year-old families, Medici. Under that, you have the Vatican, the Pope. Under that, you have the financial.
Wait, pause it for a second, Ben. Real quick. I just want y'all to know, I know that Hitler exists and is real. Okay, I was doing a thing, and I don't want it to be misconstrued. I don't want people being like Hannibal is a Holocaust denier. No, the fuck I'm not. No, I'm not. I just want to make sure.
That's gonna get put in the archive.
Shit, Vanguard.
You gotta say
after that, you have Putin, you have Trump, you have all this shit, and after that, you got what all this shit is: entertainment, Hollywood. Take that, run that back, run into schools. I'm gonna give y'all one last thing before I go. When I first put the tweet up, I was dealing with a divorce lawyer, and I explained to the lawyer what my issue was, and his response was to me: "If you keep up this anti-Semitic rhetoric, then you won't see your kids." A nigga I knew said I couldn't have an opinion, or I wouldn't see my kids. Y'all know who
That's right, Kanye. You're the most depressed person in the world. You're like the ultra wealthy, mega famous guy. Wow. Everybody wants to be a victim. Imagine being this rich. Imagine like fucking up your relationship with Kim Kardashian, the hottest woman in the world, and then thinking it's everybody else's fault. Jesus Christ.
Like, can we just take the time and acknowledge the fact that the timing of
I don't think there's any evidence to support the existence of Hitler, Hannibal, or beach animals.
No! What did you do?
I did it to myself. Yep, I did. It's my fault. I shouldn't have acknowledged it. I should have just kept on going. I should have just went full on Billy the Fridge. Just kept going. Just be like, you know what? I said what I said and keep it moving. And if you didn't get that it was a joke, then that's just what it is. Nope. That's what I get. I told him
this is a vessel of God. He gonna burn all your shit down. I swear. I knew these niggas is trying to make surviving this way. That's why I sent it up while I was still in the high schools.
Oh, by the way, I have a quick announcement. I should have said this at the beginning of the show. This Wednesday, I'm doing an afternoon show. It's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm gonna have Gabrielle Chana, Fox News, on the Drunken Peasants channel with Gail Cord Schuler. hosting and reacting to the news of the day. So
that'll be fun. Listen, when the last time we had Gail on the show, she got into a Monty erotica contest with Monty, and she decimated Monty, both in the contest and in the erotic literature that she read.
I mean, she, like, you know, we're all visitors. She lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's the most Florida resident of any president in Florida.
That's
exactly
correct.
Do shit by the time they got him. R. Kelly couldn't do shit by the time they got him. That's why I had to send it up. Because the same niggas that made him rich, the same niggas doing the documentary. And fuck Cootie, fuck you, because everybody saw that third episode. That's what the whole shit was about.
Period.
Me selling opioids. I'm not even bipolar and I have signs of autism for the accident. They're going to hit me with the fucking medication.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You don't get in a car accident and just become autistic. That's not...
No.
Selling opioids for them. They made me the face of bipolar. Okay, nigga, Big Pharma, where my royalties, nigga?
He wants Big Pharma to pay him for being the poster child for bipolar, I think he said. Yeah. This is a manic episode right here, right? I mean...
Yeah. All his episodes are manic episodes. This is just one of the few times somebody in the room had a fucking camera on him.
He probably has depressed episodes too, but he probably doesn't go out when he does. I don't know. Yeah.
He did a press conference, like when he was running for president, he did a press conference in Chicago where he was talking about why he was pro-life, and then he started crying in the middle of his rally. You know, like he's got dude's got issues.
Why the fucking drugs you done sold off of the idea
about, like, last time he ran for president
being bipolar
is Kanye, please, baby, relax, Kanye, please, baby. No, I'm sorry. What was I gonna say? It's interesting because the last time he ran for president, he had a bunch of Republican operatives who were doing all of the actual work. Because Republicans are so racist, they assume that black people would vote for Kanye because he's black. But now Republicans don't want him to run because they want anti-Semites to vote for Trump. Like, they're afraid he's going to steal the anti-Semite crazy votes.
Yeah. It's interesting watching how the tide has turned, how like in 2020, it was like, no, Kanye, you should definitely run so we can siphon off those black votes. And now it's like, ooh, but he might cost us the Jews.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I'm surprised he's not just doing this rant with a fucking Hamas shirt on right now. Like, honestly, like that would be the most Kanye West thing ever to do.
That's a really fucking good point, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't changed his name to Hamas.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, he would be on TV talking about how Hamas was always the original black people in the area.
Hummus is delicious, by the way. You know, a little pita bread, maybe some olives, Kalamata olives.
You know what? Not a fan.
I'm not surprised. You dislike all kinds of good food.
An erotica concert is like an average Joe losing against early 90s Michael Jordan in a free throw contest. It was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, it was. Monty had no chance at all. Gail really showed up and showed out on that episode, and she was really cool. Like, talking to her in person and having her hang out on the show and stuff. It was like, oh yeah, you will forget that, like, this woman is like been a thorn in Brent Spiner's life.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Oh, we read the book. We read the full book.
Okay,
he wrote a book, and he says it's based on a loosely true story about how he was stalked in the 90s by someone who wrote him love letters, and he even hired like security, like a bodyguard and stuff. But in the book, someone literally comes and tries to kill him, and it's almost like a mystery type book. It's like a noir style mystery. But yeah, we got to get through Kanye. Let's get through Kanye. Get through Kanye here.
You know what I'm saying?
They come here so
I think I pretty much rounded up
talking.
everything I want to say.
Who are you? I'm just saying they.
Yeah, take out.
Yeah, come on, sorry, come on. Ready?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Come on.
Nigga,
They can make him.
So
the amount of people on the Instagram live telling him to end the live, right? It's just like they're not saying, "Hey man, the thing that you're saying is fucked up, and you should stop saying it." They're saying, "Hey man, you should stop giving people
proof." I know Ben's
proof.
opinion, but what's your guys' opinion on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks?
Like Strange New Worlds, love Lower Decks. Fucking that shit was incredible.
I at some point just had to. There was too much Star Trek, and I had to let it go. I really liked season 2 of Discovery.
Yeah.
And I thought season 1 was clearly fucked with by executives.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the difference between the wild swings between episodes.
Mm-hmm.
What I love are the current IDW line of Star Trek comics. They started about a year and a half ago, and I don't know what took them so long. But there's this new ship called the Theseus, and that's kind of like the overarching theme of the new comics. They're like, there's a ship, the engineer is Scotty, the captain is Cisco, the helmsman is Tom
Cisco
Paris.
is great.
Yes, yeah, exactly. They were just like, you know what? Let's just put everybody's favorite characters on the same ship. I don't know what took so long to think of this. Data is Cisco's second officer. Beverly Crusher is
and
Cisco's
where is this?
first officer.
What is it?
It's a brand new series of comics. And by brand new, I mean it's about a year and a half old. And it's just this really tightly arced, very well-written series of comics by this Marvel super duo, Jackson and Lansing, and then also this other really great Marvel writer who I forget. So it's super fans essentially making their fanfic, and it's great.
Yeah. Yeah,
I am currently doing a rewatch of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Now it is my favorite of all the Star Trek shows. Really, if you get rid of that last season, right, then that show from like the first season to the second to last season is like perfect Star Trek. That last season with the fucking the singing hologram and Ezra Dax. Pass.
I was playing Star Trek Online, which was the MMORPG for Star Trek that came out over 10 years ago, but it's still out, and it's still they still add new stuff to it. And there was a mission I was playing last night where Nog is a captain in Starfleet.
Hey.
So Nog is a captain. Rom is the Grand Nagus. Kira is the Kai. And
okay.
And I guess Ezri Dax, I believe, is the captain of Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
I think.
Oh.
It's really weird.
I remember that because Nog, unfortunately, the actor who played Nog passed away a couple of years ago. But I believe he recorded full ass voice scripts for that MMO.
They all did it. The original cast members all do the voice acting. I got another Kanye video to get through. Here's here's the other view.
Oh God!
They can make him sound crazy.
So this is from the other side. So that's the woman that he kept being like, "Shut up."
Nick, what you care about crazy? And by the way, we're not black.
We're not black.
How about that? We're not black, nigga. We're
How
Indian.
about
We're Native American.
Native American.
Okay, so wait, we're Jewish Native Americans. So in the
sounds like Mormonism or something.
Yeah. Okay, good. You beat me to it. In the Book of Mormon, it says that. It says that a tribe of Jews traveled to when Jesus got crucified, he came back to life, and he lived in Wisconsin or Utah, wherever the fuck, right? Somewhere where there's only white folks. And then
it's like Missouri or something, right? Something like that. I thought it was like Missouri or something.
Yeah, but northern Missouri, right? Not
something like that. And that's where the Garden of Eden was and everything, right?
Yeah, and then a tribe of Jews came from Israel to America to murder Jesus, American Jesus, and God punished them by making their skin red, thus creating the Native Americans that we know today. So Kanye is saying that those black Jews tried to murder Jesus and then came to America and then became indigenous persons. Listen, it makes sense to me. I got it. It's good to listen. The multiverse of religion is the shit. Okay, I fuck with it heavy. This is dope.
Family.
Yeah, I'm period. I'm Indian.
Wait a second, but what happened to the Indians? We black. Show me black on the planet. Why you stop recording?
He knows the fucking.
So this must be right after she stopped recording or something, because this was she was the one holding the phone from the other angle.
Oh, so this is the Jules lady. Wait, is this the woman that he's married to? Is he married somebody, right?
He married someone that looks a lot like Kim Kardashian. Like she has the big butt and everything.
Okay.
I can't remember her name right now.
Lady, I saw this Spanish lady the other day that got like an ass job done, and that shit just looked like her ass just looked like a fucking Foot Locker shoebox. Like it was just like it had sharp edges on the corners, and I was like, does it round out over time, or did you just get it? Was this the ass on manager special? Like this, just like they was gonna throw it out.
I can't believe how bad some of those BBLs look.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, why are you destroying your own body? Like, don't you care? Like, if you're gonna get surgery, get the most expensive surgery you can find. Otherwise, just do some fucking squats. Jesus Christ.
Do some squats.
The people that like get like overseas Groupon surgery, it's like, what are you doing?
Nah, because you think I sound crazy.
No, you don't sound crazy. You sound fucking legit. I'm still recording. You're talking true. You're talking true.
We're not black. Race was made up.
You're talking true.
So is it just like, is he hanging out with like a bunch of models or something? Is that what's going on here?
That sounds about Kanye.
Yeah. I mean, it's he's a famous person. Like, if Kanye West walked into the Drunken Peasants studio right now, it's like, yeah, he's an insane maniac, but I would also give him a microphone. I want to hear his crazy expressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I at 1,000%, if Kanye West hit me up and was like, hey, I want to be on your show, I'm like, all right. It's just like, I mean, listen, I know that's going to be the last episode. I would just have Monty start building a new channel for us the following day. Just like, listen, just go ahead and build it now. This one's finna get shut down, but we finna get a bunch of views on this video, for sure.
Race is made up.
Yeah, with the brown eyes.
Show me black on the planet.
It was here first.
Show me black. Everybody else, they European, they Australian. They Chinese, they Japanese. Show me black on the planet. We marginalized as entertainers. I already seen the other side, nigga.
What? Can we talk about his fashion here?
Yeah.
Listen, my goodness!
I am not fashionable enough to talk bad about what Kanye West is wearing.
Is he in medieval Japan or something? Like, what is this?
That's what he looks like. Yes, he looks like he definitely looks like a Bushido warrior.
Yeah.
Seen the factories. I went up head to head with these niggas, man. And
how tall is Kanye? Because it looks like the woman next to him is like a half of a foot taller than him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's got to be. He's giving me 5'10" energy for sure.
Yes. I want to say this to y'all. As far as the Nicki Minaj shit, I don't care. Love for her husband, I met her, blah, 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 all this shit. I don't care. I made that girl rewrite her verse 3 times for Monster. I supported her career. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is that Jewish people got in their head. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get this. We gonna get this fucking. Or we just ain't gonna push.
You know what he's saying, right, Asterios?
I mean, it's just funny to me that he assumes that every time someone doesn't want to hang out with him, it's the Jews' fault. It's like the most convenient Nicki Minaj. You know, Nicki Minaj might also not want to, quote, fuck with you because you're crazy. And, like, you're just spitting out a bunch of invective and vile at strangers at a party.
Shit out.
Yeah.
What the
You're
fuck?
a lot to deal with, Kanye. It's not. It's like there's other reasons.
I know you want to put some shit out. You know what I'm saying? The level, you can say they cut out, they stopped famous ass rappers from going in. Motherfuckers didn't get permits tonight. Nicki Minaj didn't clear her verse. That's why I say ain't nobody with me. Because y'all just see that shit. Y'all see me not see my kids. Y'all see Nicki Minaj not clear the verse. Y'all see Adidas drop billions of dollars and shit. And no one says nothing. No one is outraged. No one is with. If you want to be, okay, whatever. It's cool. I'll be fine for that. When a motherfucker even tell me they love me, it make me feel funny because I feel so much fucking hate, bro. When that motherfucker tell me y'all respect me, I feel fucking funny because I feel so much rape, bro. I feel so much fucking rape, nigga.
Wait. He did. I just want to point out he was just okay. When people say they love me, I feel so much hate, and when people say they respect me, I feel so much
grape. Grape.
Oh, grape. Okay, yeah. Okay,
grape ape.
That's
grape.
what.
Yeah.
Grape.
When the last time you see me around a nigga that went on salary, nigga? I don't know what a friend is, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? This really some years of Britney Spears shit, nigga. The same paparazzi that I slammed at the airport when they gave me my first piece of medication was the exact same paparazzi that photographed Britney. TMZ, 30-mile zone. That is what Hollywood is. Once you go in there, them niggas is around you. They go surround you. They in charge of that shit.
Did they turn off the lights on him? Is it like, okay, time to wrap it up?
Yeah. What's the song, like in New Orleans they start playing second line music. What's the song or music they play at the club that you go to at a bar when they try and let everybody know it's time to get the fuck out? What is that? Do they play Sweet Caroline? What do they play at what do they play?
I mean, I usually just play the Inspector Gadget theme.
Oh,
okay. It really kills the vibe. Mm-hmm. Like it really like the horniness stops the moment you hear da 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 da. But I love it. God damn it.
You know that song was written by the creator of the Power Rangers?
It was written by Haim Saban?
Yep.
I didn't know.
And I
he wrote the Power Rangers theme song too. He was a musician for like different programming like Inspector Gadget, and he wrote a lot of theme songs.
I think that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that Ben is like this repository of knowledge. Like he just knows the most randomest shit, but then I'd be like, all right, name like one song from Lil Baby, and he just be stuck. It's so wild.
Yeah,
it's so wild. Like he knows all of this stuff. It just be like, it's so crazy. It's just interesting to me. I'm doing bar trivia on Wednesday. You should come hang out with me. You fly down to Atlanta and do trivia with me. Yeah. We can hang out with Adam from Your Movie Sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in Atlanta.
He
kind of goes back and forth.
Yeah. He hit me up a couple of weeks ago, and it was so random because I had not heard from him in a very long time. And then out of the blue, I got a text from Adam from Your Movie Sucks, and I was like, "Oh shit, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man?"
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They in charge of your fucking narrative. They in charge of your bank account. They in charge of your cars. They in charge of your record labels. They in charge of your football contracts. They in charge of your houses.
Talk about
saying,
it.
Niggas be coming to me really like working me talking about when I'm gonna apologize. When they gonna apologize to me? When they gonna apologize to us?
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. Like he didn't start having problem with the Jews till Pete Davidson started long dick and Kim Kardashian. That's when all his racism started. That's when his racism got activated. I get it. Like if somebody was like if a Greek guy started long dicking my girl, I would probably have all kind of shit to say reckless to you, Asterios. I would be going off right now.
I forgot about the entire Pete Davidson arc. You're right.
That's literally
he was trolling him online about it.
Yeah. That was it. That was when all this shit, all this anti-Semitism started when Pete Davidson started fucking the shit out of Kim Kardashian.
You are completely correct.
Yeah.
I have just associated him with anti-Semitism for so long that I forgot that.
No, it was that. That's what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and look, Ariana Grande, when she broke up with Pete Davidson, she was like, "He'll be okay. He's got a huge dick." That's what she said, right? Yes. Kanye West is feeling away right now. Okay, like, and then the last thing you want is a dude that's funny with a big dick fucking the shit out your wife. All right, like that's just you don't want that. Like, he just makes her laugh and then fucks the shit out of her.
If the world were fair, it would be one or the other. But he happens to have possession. It's like he's got the 2 Infinity Stones. It's terrifying.
Yeah. He's got power in reality. Right?
Power in reality.
Pete Davidson going crazy right now.
Putting drugs in front of
Jiggerath in the chat says he isn't that funny. Listen. I love the idea of Pete Davidson more than I love his stand-up.
I can't name a thing. I know he's on SNL. I know he's made movies. I know he's made TV. I couldn't tell you anything he's done, but I do wish him well. And I'm like, I think it's kind of funny that there's like a mid guy with a huge dick fucking his way through Hollywood. It's just like it gives me kind of hope as a mid guy, where it's like maybe I could do that too.
Yeah. You too could plug a Kardashian.
All our leaders and call them gang leaders. Who else is gonna put the community together? And anybody that could put the community together, they put them under the jail. And when I talked to Trump, he ain't never get Trump. Trump could have freed Larry, bro.
Fuck Trump.
You know what I'm saying? So Trump, look, you want our support? You have to promise, nigga, in writing on your life, you gonna free Larry, bro. And that's not just it. The communities, nigga, it's so many acres in America. We don't have to stay in the inner city. We don't have to stay on top of each other. They motherfucking made the Twix double the size, trying to make us fat. They doing this inclusive shit. They just made that girl Paloma the head model.
Pause it for a second. Just for those of y'all who don't know, because I see a couple people in the chat keep saying, "Who's Larry?" He's talking about Larry Hoover. That's who he's saying that he wants them to free Larry Hoover.
Who's Larry Hoover?
I don't know what the deal is.
He was a former gang leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's like, free that guy.
Fucking obesity to us. They put us in a McDonald's commercial. They put your brother in a McDonald's commercial. They try to put me in a McDonald's commercial. McDonald's kills you, my nigga. They not putting healthy shit. You could grow fucking food right off the side of the ground, my nigga.
Right off the side of the ground. You can grow food.
Larry Hoover was the I had to Google it just to make sure. He was the guy who I guess created the Gangsta Disciple gang, which is one of the major gangs in Chicago.
The GDs.
And a lot of people there's a lot of belief that it was when Larry Hoover and the heads of the Vice Lords, is that the other gang?
Yeah,
and like when the heads of those gangs got arrested, that was when the gangs started going way out of control in Chicago and the Chicago South Side Chicago. You gotta make it a point to say South Side Chicago. It's not the whole city of Chicago. Chicago is actually a thriving fucking metropolis.
I've been to Chicago a few times.
Of the Kardashians.
On this episode, knocking up the car. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so that's what he means. Larry Hoover is the Larry that he's saying. He's like, free Larry Hoover, free the guy who freed the Gangsta Disciple.
Fuck all this Chanel shit we do to impress niggas going broke to impress other broke people, man.
Yeah.
Fuck a Chanel bag and any.
So that's
real quick. Okay, Kanye literally has said on his first couple albums how he used to spend all this money on rich clothes, and it was making him broke. And like, it's funny listening to him admonish people for doing that now, but he literally made money rapping about that on his first 3 albums.
Well, also it's like, what was it? Was it Balenciaga that dumped Kanye? I know there was like some sort of Balenciaga scandal. What the hell was that? You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
All right. I'll look it up. But it's just like,
I thought he had some kind of deal with them too, right? And they got rid of him.
Exactly, and they got rid of him, and he's
kind of like Adidas.
This.
He lost a lot of money out of his last outburst that he had.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck all these people for not wanting to work with me. It's like, do you think anyone's gonna want to work with you if you keep like shit talking like the people that have made you rich? Like, it just whatever. This guy's crazy. I can't make sense of it.
I just want to show you guys a really quick clip of something hilarious that happened with Sturgis recently.
I want to see. I want to see.
It's really quick. It's like 20 seconds long.
That's my guy. I haven't seen or thought about Sturgis in so long. I can't wait to see what my guy is up to.
So
is he still very pro Eric July?
Of course.
And also, where can I get a copy of the second edition of Ism?
I don't know. Maybe someone might find a way to get it to you. Okay, so
someone find a way to get it to me. Okay,
so
somebody do that.
So he's playing some kind of like Jackbox game, some kind of community game, and he some woman playing it with him takes a jab at him, and he handles it like it's so sad. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Birth control effectiveness. 99% condoms, 99% birth control, 100% right now losing his ear. You're just mad because I won't fuck you. That's all it is, Mel. You don't need to be salty.
And the
just give her the dick then, Sturge. Okay, yeah, Sturge. That's like clearly that's what she wants, man.
Birth control effectiveness.
Yeah. You're just mad because I won't fuck you, bud.
Oh, I'm sure that's what it is. Of course, of course.
Like cockwork.
I would love it if the reason he wasn't getting pussy is because he's a huge Eric July fan. That would be
That's a big part of it. I have a video from him if we have time to get to it, but the next thing I have is something. It's Ben Shapiro and the Critical Drinker ranking the Star Wars movies, and I know Asterios likes the new Star Wars movies a lot.
The Critical Drinker has the best, worst YouTube channel for nerds. Like, it is just the best work. Like I secretly hate watch him on. I don't even hate watch him. Like I enjoy watching his content, but he's also just like, he grossly misrepresents these films, you know, for the sake of a very specific sect of the internet.
I know it, having never heard of him and knowing nothing about him, I agree with you 100%.
Listen, his Barbie review and his which is the other one? The Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness one is hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, all right. I would love to. Okay, the Critical Drinker and Ben
Shapiro. Yeah. And I'm gonna skip this little part of it here.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know, like, what happens if Ben Shapiro's list matches up with mine?
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. Are they ranking from best to worst or most favorite to least favorite? Because that's an important distinction, and I don't want to get it confused.
Folks, we're here to talk about something light, something frothy, with Critical Drinker. Thanks for joining me.
Cheers, sir.
So, we're both Star Wars fans. I assume that you're a fan mostly of the original trilogy.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got left at this point.
Yeah, so why don't we just start from the rankings of the Star Wars movies, and then we can just start ripping into Kathleen Kennedy and talk about how she's destroyed the entire universe and how they've wrecked some of the great IP ever created and all of that. Okay, so what's your number one?
Pause it for 1 second. Pause. If you hate where the Star Wars franchise is gone, why are you still watching it?
I mean, at this point, they're only watching it
to complain,
be upset.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like it's like hyper depressed people would rather feel rage than nothing. So like they seek out it because it's like, when someone makes you angry, that gets your adrenaline up, which temporarily gets your serotonin up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Okay, like fair enough. I think Ben Shapiro secretly loves them, but he has to say that he hates them because got a brand. You know, he's got a whole company behind him. He's got a machine behind him. But he's secretly watching that shit, appreciating all the diversity and wokeness that made his way into the franchise. That's his shit. Diversity is his jam. He cheered when they fired fucking who's the fighter chick? Oh, goddamn, the UFC fighter.
Yeah. What's the UFC girl? Yes.
Well, she didn't fight. Now she was I think she fought in Strike Force. What was her name?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. Yeah, he was secretly very happy when they fired Gina Carano.
To be Empire.
Of course, Empire. Okay, so everyone agrees.
So they say Empire, which I do agree with. Out of all of the Star Wars movies,
I think most people do. I think most people would say this is the. So they're doing best to worst. Okay.
Yes.
Let's. I'm writing these down so I can. I want to take notes on this. Here we go.
Sorry, it's predictable, but
no, you're right. I mean, there's only one right answer to that particular question. Okay, so what's your number 2?
A New Hope.
Okay, I'll agree with that as well. So okay, and it's going to diverge somewhere in here. Okay, number 3.
Then it's going to be Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so
and Ben is going to disagree with this.
Here I have sort of an internal battle. I love Return of the Jedi. The second half of Revenge of the Sith is great. The first half is a little bit of a mess. And I do have a peculiar liking for Rogue One. I think that Rogue One is a good piece of content. So I have to decide between those 3, and it sort of varies.
Wasn't Rogue One the one that had the like CGI, what was it, Admiral Tarkin or something?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And it had CGI Princess Leia.
I didn't like it. Though that stuff didn't look very good to me. It looked really stiff. But I don't know.
Based on the day. So I'm gonna go with Rogue One maybe here in place number 3.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know why people have a lot of issues with
Yeah, so comments on that. What do you think?
No, listen. Like when arranging, if we're arranging from best to worst, then like the original trilogy, it in some form is 1, 2, 3, and then like at best Rogue One could be 4. I don't think Rogue One could be the third best of all the Star Wars films.
Yeah, it's the original trilogy ordered from number 2 to number 1 to number 3. You know what I mean?
I typically go 2, 3, 1 instead of 2, 1, 3.
Oh, so you like Return of the Jedi second best?
Yeah, no, yeah, I was a Jedi guy I fought for Jedi as the best of the trilogy for a very long time, but now you can't deny the greatness that is Empire. And just the impact that had on the world with like ending on a cliffhanger and having to wait fucking years for like the resolution of that. It was Endgame before Endgame, and with Endgame, like in Infinity War and Endgame, you only had to wait 6 months. These motherfuckers had to wait years. Okay, there was motherfuckers that were huge Star Wars fans. They loved A New Hope, then they waited years, and then they loved Empire, and they saw these motherfuckers a bunch of time, and they bought all of these toys and was playing these janky ass arcade games and shit. And it was like waiting for Jedi, and it died, and it never saw how that shit resolved.
Return of the Jedi, and
it's like they have to wait like 6 months. These motherfuckers had to wait for that shit. Yeah.
They do as well. I think we could all have done without those Ewok things. But for me, it's still up there just for all those big emotional payoffs. You know, Luke fighting Vader for the final time, the like climactic battle to destroy the Death Star. There's some incredible stuff there. So for me, it's still up there. But I definitely see why people have issues with it. And as for Rogue One, sure. I mean, I think we can all probably say it's the best movie or the best Disney Star Wars movie that's been made. And that's a pretty low bar, but they made one halfway decent with that. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of tie in between they had at least respect for the series, which is the giant failure of Kathleen Kennedy, is that she decided to basically do what she accuses the Adam Driver character of doing, which is directly destroy all of the old IP and replace it with new IP for the sake of the new IP. That's basically all of the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars universe. Okay, so what's your number 4?
Number 4, it's probably going to be Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Again, there's definitely issues with all of the prequel trilogy, but I think if we're going to...
Can we pause it for a second?
Yes.
I just want to riff on this for a second, because it's like when people attack Kathleen Kennedy, my gut reaction is always like, all executives are bad. I feel like you're attacking her because she's a woman. But then I remember how people wanted to like find and kill George Lucas when the prequels came out.
Yeah.
Like, they made that whole movie like The People versus George Lucas.
Yes, I remember that.
There were like jokes in the Clerks cartoon about how they wanted to like torture George Lucas.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess at the end of the day, fans just hate everyone and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. They absolutely do. Like whenever I meet racist Star Trek fans, I'm always confused because I'm just like, what did you have you not been paying attention to this property this whole time? I talked to somebody that had an issue with the trans characters on Discovery. Or the non-binary characters on Discovery. Yeah. And I was like, but y'all do remember that time that Riker fucked that androgynous?
Yes.
You know,
it was a genderless culture of people.
Yeah. She was like, I'm like she was like, I'm not a dude or a chick. Riker was like, fine with me. He said, you got a hole, right? That's all I care about.
You know, rank them. That's probably the best of the bunch. I think that's where it gets the most mature. Definitely like darkest in terms of emotional tone. And you know, that's where we see Anakin finally become Darth Vader. And some of that stuff is incredible. And the lightsaber duel between him and Obi-Wan Kenobi, like we can all appreciate that. The sheer amount of work that went into that one. It's great. And Hayden Christensen.
I think the CGI does, like if they remade those movies, the CGI would look way better. Because CGI is just way better now.
Yeah. Actually, if I put the movies in order from most favorite to least favorite, no, you know what? I'm gonna save that for when we get to this movie. Go ahead.
They should do like a CGI upgrade on those. I'm sure they still have all the original footage. They could like.
Well, yeah. I mean, they filmed the whole fucking movie on green screen. They can update it whenever they want to.
Yeah.
And even now, he still hasn't missed a beat. You know, he's still got those lightsaber skills. It's impressive stuff.
Okay, so for me, I'll put Return of the Jedi at number 4. So what's your number 5?
That's probably Rogue One for me.
Okay, and for me, it's Revenge of the Sith. So our top 5 are very similar. We're just switching around a few places. Okay, what's number 6 for you? Is there a number 6? Does it exist?
It's not going to be any of the Disney ones. It probably would be Attack of the Clones, I think. Again, you're getting into like the lower tier of Star Wars movies now, but with that one, again, there was
the giant fucking praying mantis monster.
Some good stuff to be found there. Just a huge amount of problems along the way, and definitely George Lucas shouldn't have directed it. But
they haven't mentioned Jar Jar yet. Have you noticed?
They have not mentioned Jar Jar, and I'm waiting for that because You can't mention what's awful about Phantom Menace or the original the prequels without mentioning Jar Jar Binks.
I like it enough that I would put it at that spot.
I agree with you again there. I will say that Count Dooku is the unappreciated hero of the Star Wars universe.
Count Dookie? It's the worst name. The character's not bad, but the name is just terrible.
Also, the fact that Ben Shapiro loves Count Dooku really tells me a lot about where he's at in life. Okay, that tells me a lot. Like the authoritarian guy that was just like that was tricking people into doing his bidding and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, I see it.
Count Dooku wasn't good. Christopher Lee was good.
That part right there.
The character was okay.
He died in like the first 5 minutes of Sith. I mean, he can't be that great.
Yeah.
He's right.
How can you not like Christopher Lee? I mean, his performance is incredible. And yeah, he was manipulated.
One of the great Dracula actors.
Stooge to some extent, but he's a cool character.
He wants to break away from an empire that's about to take full tyrannical form.
Yeah.
The separatists get a bad rap.
I always wondered how in on this whole thing.
Yes, Ben Shapiro always on brand. I love it. I fucking love it. Drop one of Clues Biles for that shit. Yeah. Like the Galactic Empire was misunderstood. The Separatists were making good points. Okay, like they believe life begins at conception. They believe everybody should have a right to a blaster. Okay, they believe that you should pay for your own health care. Okay, that should not automatically be. I love Ben Shapiro. The motherfucker is on brand. God damn it. The cool kid's philosopher. Love it.
He really was.
Yeah, I mean, he literally turns to Obi-Wan. And he's like, Palpatine's the bad guy, and he's about to take over the whole thing, and Obi-Wan ignores him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, secretly still a Jedi, maybe. I don't know. And okay, number 7.
Oh, okay. Where do we go from here? It's either going to be The Phantom Menace or possibly Solo. I mean, this is rough now. And I'm not.
I think him and Sargon of Akkad go to the same stylist or something, because they have the exact same hair and beard pattern going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Call it a hunch.
I'm not highlighting either of these movies as being good, but I'll
you got
probably
a problem. Wait, do you have a problem with the white man's flat top Ben Pie? Is that what it is?
Yes.
He wants to look like Kid from Kid and Play. I'm not mad at that.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'll go for
House Party 3.
Solo. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. It has like small moments. There's sort of very, very, very small moments,
Yeah.
but they sort of exist. There's an attempt, maybe a little bit, to at least hat tip to the original trilogy, which I appreciate. But yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so I think we both are going to put Phantom Menace next. Now we're going to force you into the unenviable position of having to rank the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars films.
Okay. In terms of the one I hate the least, it's probably going to be The Force Awakens. When I think about those 3 movies, TLJ still inspires like a gag reflex in me almost. That was a bad movie. And then The Rise of Skywalker was just a desperate attempt to build something out of the wreckage that Star Wars was. So at least with Force Awakens, there was something there. They could set up something. And I think a really great second movie might have improved our opinion of that film, because it did set up a lot of things. It's just the series didn't deliver on it.
So for me, I'll put Rise of Skywalker here specifically because I'm so angry that Force Awakens set up the worst trilogy of all time. That it's like
Fair enough.
And the hype going in, like everyone was very hyped about this. They were bringing back original.
When I saw The Force Awakens, I was just like, oh, they were very safe about it, and they just basically remade the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Just fan service. It was just like, hey, you remember this?
But that was better.
The South Park member berries.
That was better than what ended up happening later on, in my opinion. I didn't really like it, like the direction it took.
Like the part that really like pisses me off is Mary Poppins in space. Is when Leia does the whole fucking flying through space. That whole shit was just like, yeah. Listen. I've only walked out of a handful of movies in my lifetime, but that particular moment, I almost just left everything.
Mary Poppins in space.
That's what it was. That was like when the bitch was like, oh, can we like somebody find this clip of me saying this and then put the video of her flying through the dead of space
using the Force, because she's like this very powerful Jedi. Like she was not even close to that. In the previous trilogy, and all. Just like in her old age, she became insanely powerful.
Cast members, and the killing of Han Solo is unforgivable. It's legitimately unforgivable. Like I talked to my kid. My kids are
Harrison Ford was like, "I'm not doing another one of these fucking movies."
Exactly. He's old, and he was right to not want to do more of them.
You ever see the he was doing some kind of like panel at like a con or something, and someone was like, "Are you mad that you didn't get a Force ghost?" And he was like, "What the fuck is a Force ghost?"
Listen. The guy who asked that question, he cried in the car on the way home. He was mad. he was real hurt. Harrison Ford just clowning shit out of him in front of everybody.
I have kids 9, 7, 3, and baby. The top 2 are huge original Star Wars fans. They've only seen the original trilogy, and they've seen the pre-Disney stuff. They've never seen any of the Disney stuff because I would never scar my children like that. It's just it's not worth it. And when I had to inform my son.
Yeah, he considers it child abuse to show children the last 3 Star Wars movies.
I think it's child abuse to force a woman to have a baby she can't afford to raise and then not give her no money to help her raise that baby you made her have.
Yeah.
We have different ideas of what we think child abuse is.
Exactly.
You must have been someone watched the Ben Shapiro show.
Also,
we have very different ideas.
Also, I'd like to point out Ben Shapiro was the guy that was like when he heard Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's "Wet Ass Pussy" song, he was like when he was like, "It's so wet, it's dripping on the floor." It's like that woman sounds like she's got a disease.
That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen ever.
My wife is a doctor, and that doesn't happen. I said, listen, if you ain't ever met a woman wet enough to just, I felt bad in that moment for Ben's wife. And he's got 3 kids.
His doctor wife?
Just please, I don't get it. Listen, whenever anybody tries to tell me about the greatness of Ben Shapiro, I always bring up that moment. I'm like, he didn't know pussy could get that wet. That's a problem.
Series, and I said, "You want that movie didn't happen." Yeah, I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm reading him like the Timothy Zahn novels, where Han lives, and
those were good. I think apparently they turned them into graphic novels. But yeah, I read those when I was in elementary school. The Timothy Zahn novels were almost basically the accepted canon of what happened after Return of the Jedi. You know,
and I know that. What is it? They're putting aren't they going to put Thrawn in a movie, or he was in a recent TV show or something? Yeah. All right. Well, sorry. Keep going.
And Luke gets married, and Mara Jade's in them, and they should have just done that. They should have just done all the Thrawn stuff, which now they're trying to do in Ahsoka. They're trying to bring back some of those characters, but the fundamental sin of killing Han Solo because he's a loser divorced dad who drives around in his 1967 Chevy with Chewie at the age of 65 or 70 is really, really quite terrible. And I remember being deeply upset by that, especially because if you grew up like I did with those tapes, and I wore out the VHS on the original Star Wars series. Han is by far the coolest character in the series. In fact, Han
for me, I just thought Darth Vader was the coolest character in the series.
Yeah. I was Darth Vader and Lando Calrissian like that. Those were my. I
always liked Decepticons better than Autobots. I always liked, Cobra better than G.I. Joe. Mm-hmm. I like the characters.
Because they're more entertaining.
It's fun to be a fan of the heel versus the face. Yeah,
yes.
Like I absolutely see it. Yeah. No, Vader was cool. Like Vader was like, for me, like understand, as a black kid that grew up in the 80s, seeing a black man rule the fucking galaxy with an iron fist, I was like, my nigga, that was my shit. That was my favorite shit, was to see this absentee father rule the galaxy. Okay.
Until they took his helmet off. Then it was a white British guy.
Yeah, well,
chewing on a tape recorder.
No, listen. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. Like, he was wearing the mask for so long, he couldn't get no sunlight to his melanin, and that's why it was white. That's why James Earl looked white. That's why.
Empire is an example of what I love about movies, which is competent people making good decisions. Mm-hmm. And even the bad guys are making good decisions in that movie, and the good guys are making good decisions in that movie. And it's just a matter of competent people doing things. And I feel so much of the movies now is reliant on people doing stupid things to get writers out of boxes that they've created for themselves and that are easily escapable. And so when you watch a lot of the new Star Wars movies, you can pick, I see you do it all the time on your videos, pick plot holes in these things apart so easily because the writing is so damned lazy. Yeah. And so when I see that competence attacked to the extent that Han Solo is now an incompetent loser who really doesn't know what he's doing in any way, shape, or form.
He's like elderly.
Force Awakens, then ends up being killed in the most predictable killing in all of the Star Wars universe. It's so.
It was predictable because it's like they were lucky to get him for this movie.
Yes, it was predictable because you know that this guy's old and doesn't want to make Star Wars movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
and also. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to say.
No, I did not see it. I didn't see it coming. I was like they did a really good job with that scene.
Yeah, I was like, for me, it was. For me, it was who directed that movie? Was it Ryan Johnson? Was that the director?
That was J.J. Abrams. That first one.
Wait, J.J. did Force Awakens, but the one, and then J.J. did kill Han Solo. Never mind. You know what? I don't ask me why in my head Han Solo died in the next one, but no, he did die in the J.J. Abrams one. You're right. Never mind. I rescind my statement. I'm glad you corrected me before I said something wrong. Like you jumped in my brain and pre-correct. I appreciate you. You know what?
I'm here to help.
I like that. I need that. We all need somebody like Asterios to auto-correct our thoughts before we say them out loud.
Oh my God.
Can we hook you up with Kanye West? Can we do that, please?
Yeah, somebody, for God, to get him what he needs is a babysitter. Unfortunately, I guess the only person he ever respected and listened to was his mother, and she's dead. And so now we're all stuck with her nightmare child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for J.J. Abrams, who's the most derivative director working today, to be given the helm of that after being incredibly derivative with the Star Trek. They're like, what if we just get that guy and we'll do this here? But he has lens flare. It made me so viscerally angry, Force Awakens, that I'll at least give credit to Rise of Skywalker for trying to put the genie back in the bottle. It was not possible to put the genie back in the bottle, but at least it was an attempt to try and put something back together by calling on sort of the old IP that they had already killed, right? The end of the movie actually is what they're trying to do. It's like, here's our old IP, including Star Wars Rebels, including all of it. Every Jedi you've ever seen. We love those guys. We know you don't like these guys at all, but we'll bring all those guys back for a brief moment in time.
I've got a holiday gift.
Oh, yeah, and then we got to...
Yeah, commercials!
Yeah.
So,
yay!
Okay, so, honestly, I don't have a problem with this list, except for the fact that Phantom Menace isn't last on the list. That's the honestly, that's the issue I have, is Phantom Menace should be at the very, 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 very bottom. I don't care how much you hate the last 3 movies that came out. Phantom Menace, right? It was like, they said, hey man, kids really love those Star Wars movies and we made a lot of money on them. So let's put a bunch of congressional procedurals in this movie. Right? And let's make sure it takes up 45 minutes. It's like, what my kids are always watching at 4 a.m? C-SPAN. Let's do that, but in space, right? That's the work. The kid that played fucking young Anakin Skywalker, the pod races.
Duel of the Fates and Darth Maul.
Yeah, okay, yes, Dragon in the West, you are absolutely right. They gave us Duel of the Fates, which is probably my favorite piece of Star Wars music that's been created of all time. Like that.
It's the one that's like... It's got the choir and everything in it. Okay. Yeah.
It's really good.
That shit and the Darth Maul character design, right? Like the dual lightsabers, right? Like those parts of
it's a lightsaber staff, right?
Yeah. But then they also gave us Jar Jar Binks and that whole godforsaken race that he's a part of, right? This whole community that lives on this planet but underwater and they don't have any rights.
They share the planet with the humanoids too.
They don't share the planet. They don't have it. They don't have access to land or air.
No, they want to live under the sea.
Yeah, you so gonna piss me off for making Doug. Like, shut up. That's the worst shit ever. That was the worst shit. And somebody in the room should have told George Lucas, "Hey, man, this one is a bad idea."
Okay, you know what else they should have done with that? I mean, at the very least, they should have been like, "Hey, George, why does the king of this race of fish people look nothing like the rest of them?" You know what I'm talking about? He looks nothing like the rest of them. Yeah, they all look the same somewhat, but he's like, anyway.
You know how in Jurassic Park, Ian Malcolm was how they talked about how sometimes in different species of frogs, when it's all females, one of them will just become the male. What if, like, in that situation, when you become the king, you just morph form?
Apparently.
Maybe that's how that works.
I believe that is they're subspecies of each other. Mm-hmm. Like, I know there is a canon reason for it, but it's really stupid to look at. And Ben, I don't disagree with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the bit that made me laugh.
Okay. Also, in the first Phantom Menace, Yoda was a puppet, and then they made him animated in the next 2 movies. And I really wish they'd have kept Puppet Yoda. Okay. I just visited the Center of Puppetry and Arts here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I got a chance to see. There's a whole Jim Henson wing dedicated to it, and the whole time I was there, I was just thinking to myself, "Damn, man, they should have kept Yoda as a puppet in the prequels. They shouldn't have. I understand it would have gotten difficult for them to do like the great fight scene between him and Count Dooku in the Phantom Menace, but in Attack of the Clones. But keep the puppet."
I think about that I think about that all the time, more than I should, about Puppet Yoda. Like, it's interesting because they use Puppet Yoda in The Phantom Menace, and it doesn't look good because they're shooting him in these HD cameras.
Yeah.
And then, so they're like, then they do CGI Yoda, and that doesn't look good. And I think they try to do like a puppet that they add CG to in the sequels.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's never worked. It only worked this one time.
Yep.
It was like this lightning in a bottle thing where like they had the perfect lighting. They were hiding him with smoke machines. It was dark. It was like, it's amazing. Like, they have unlimited money and they can't make Puppet Yoda work anymore like they could in 1979.
Yeah, but you know what else 1979 had that fucking the prequels didn't have in the 2000s? A living Jim Henson. That's
yes.
A living Jim Henson to be like, hey man, you're doing puppets wrong. Okay.
Yes. That's a very good point.
Also, just as a sidebar, going to the Center of Puppetry and Arts, like they have like a night, like it's like where it's like where they serve alcohol and like a bunch of adults can get together and hang out and shit. And let me tell you, there's no weirder place or no weirder people than puppet people. Okay, I didn't know this until I was there amongst a bunch of like marionette specialists. But then I realized I said, oh, y'all are all strange. Y'all are all fucking weird people. Yeah, I didn't know that about myself, and I didn't know that about puppet people until I got to the Museum of Puppetry and Arts. They also had a bunch of the fucking Farscape shit there too.
I mean, see, it's because that worked. It's like you look at Domino Rigel and you look at the pilot, and it's like, yeah, these big puppets work. And they can't get Yoda to work. It's like that was a show that they made in fucking Canada. Like Rockety O'Bannon and Jim Henson's son. It looked so much better.
Yeah. Also, I think Jim Henson's wife might have been into puppets before he was. Like, I think he met her in college, and she was taking like some puppet classes. And I think the world might have gotten the Muppets and all of this cool puppet shit like Labyrinth and fucking Dark Crystal and all that shit because Jim Henson was trying to get some weird pussy.
She did a lot of the puppetry with him, and then because actually we had we have a pop culture museum here, and they had a big Jim Henson exhibit there, like a huge one. And then they got divorced eventually. Like they got divorced eventually.
The Rise of Skywalker was
one of them
obviously knew that a character like Rose Tico was horrendously unpopular, and so literally her first scene is just to say, "I'm going to stay back at base and do some research. I can't get involved in this adventure." It's like J.J. Abrams just.
You know what? Hold up, real quick. I'm sorry.
Here it is.
Yes. Look at the gut on that guy. That's great. I love the gut on that guy.
You know what? I wish I had the same unbridled confidence to wear a medium shirt and just be pudgy on camera. Just to choose to do. You know what, Sturgis? I commend you, sir. Okay. As I'm listening to the Critical Drinker and Ben Shapiro talk about Star Wars, which is a sentence I never thought I would say out loud. I got to write that down.
Yeah.
Like that in the last four of my social is going to be a very strong password one day. I am immediately getting angered thinking about the Asian girl and the black stormtrooper randomly making out on the planet as he was trying to like right before the Empire was about to attack, and then she like grabs him and kisses him real fast, and it was just that scene had no merit. It didn't go anywhere. They didn't develop it. It was a thing that happened, and then we moved on from it and never talked about it again. Why was it in the movie? Why was it there? I'm thinking about it now, and I'm getting re-angered by the shit.
I mean, it's another one of those things I was thinking about before where it's like people, I do feel like there was like an element of sexism in people really hating Rose Tico. Like they didn't like that there was like they just didn't like that she didn't weigh 90 pounds. But at the same time, it's just so much of the plot of the Last Jedi is just worthless and bad. that it's kind of it's just like I hate it because it's like I hate it when I agree with the people I hate.
Same. Yeah. I'm like the whole time I was watching this list, I was just like, I really was expecting them to get this wrong and then just like do a whole video on my channel just roasting Ben Shapiro and the critical drinker about their fucking Star Wars opinions. But I'm not mad at them. The only thing they got wrong is not making Phantom Menace at the bottom, putting that at the bottom of the list. You know, like when Anakin gets in the ship and starts like attacking the shield generator in space for the separatists, and he's like, "Now this is pod racing," but he's not in the pod. He just says it. It's just a random line that doesn't make any sense, and nobody says nothing about that shit, right? Just it's pissing me off all over. Like when you grew up with the original trilogy and then you have to see what Star Wars has become, it's like it makes you mad. It makes you real mad.
It's true.
Yeah, that shit bothers the fuck out of me, man. That
should bother the fuck out of you.
You know? You know, something else that's always bothered me that's unrelated to this video, but is related to Star Wars. I never understood why the Death Star didn't have no rails on it, right? Like they spent all of this money building this premium facility, right? And that can blow up planets, but they didn't decide to put guardrails nowhere in this motherfucker. Just like, if you fall, then we'll replace you, right? And they weren't using clones anymore, right? So
no, they were not using
I'll be right back,
clones.
guys.
Of course.
They weren't going to the clone planet and then getting more like, you know, like these fucking Mandalorian clones and then fucking just using them. They were like outsourcing these people from different planets and shit. So it cost them every time somebody fell into a pit.
I mean, look, of course I agree with you. The only reason I don't mind them not having rails is that I also believe that the American military wouldn't super duper give a shit about the safety of their troops. I mean, remember when we went to war in Iraq?
Dude finally came around to fighting for the cause, and she pushed him out the way so everyone else can die instead of him. Oh shit, just tuning in.
Yeah, that shit. That was the thing. I like. Listen, when Ben gets back, I need him to replay that comment because that is what pissed me off about that movie. That shit infuriates. Like he's literally, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for the good of the fucking universe. And she was like, no. And then she makes out with him, and that's it. We don't even talk about that shit in the next movie. It was like a thing that happened, and it's just gone. It had no relevance to the script at all.
I mean, you're completely correct, but it's just like I don't understand why it got to that point in the first place. Like the idea, if he's going to sacrifice himself, it should be to ultimately stop the bad guys. It's like that's what Obi-Wan did. Like Obi-Wan sacrificed himself to. I mean, no, I guess Obi-Wan didn't do that. But like, it's like, what was he going to buy them? 8 more seconds? Like behind that door, like they're stuck behind a big door now. Like, oh, great! He blew up that Death Star tech, so now we can all starve to death.
Yeah,
it's just if you're gonna do like a noble heroic sacrifice thing, you also have to have it make sense. Otherwise, you just think like, oh wow, Finn's stupid. What a stupid character.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad, and you making me agree with Ben Shapiro about some things really hurts my spirit. Right?
I don't like it.
Listen, I love the last 2 Dave Chappelle special, and then apparently so does Ben Shapiro. I'd be like, fuck! Anytime me and this nigga on the same side of anything, it make me relook at my side. Like, well, shit. Hold on, let me check and make sure. Maybe I don't know. I might be wrong about some stuff.
I can't have her in this movie.
It is amazing the amount of flack you take online for saying that The Last Jedi is a terrible film, which it clearly is a terrible film.
Yeah.
And a fundamental betrayal of Luke Skywalker's character on every possible level. I mean, Luke Skywalker's entire transformation across the original trilogy is from whiny farm boy.
You're making a face, Asterios. What do you think?
I mean, it's just like, it's the only interesting thing Luke Skywalker has ever done is almost kill his nephew because he thought his nephew was going to grow up to be Hitler. And he was also right. Like, that's the other thing where it's like, you know, if you had turned your nephew into Nephew Sushi, we'd still have a Han Solo right now.
True.
Like, the idea that, like, every hero has to be, like, lawful, good, super chaste, it's just like it's just not interesting.
Yeah.
Like the reason we all like Han Solo more than Luke Skywalker is that Han Solo is a dirty motherfucker who'll shoot you under the table. Like, yeah. It's like the same. It's like the reason we didn't like Diesel's first run was because he was like an aw shucks baby face, and the reason we liked CM Punk's first face run was that he was like an anti-authority, like he was like a dangerous kind of guy.
I wanted the Timothy Zahn storyline to get made into a movie, which would have been Luke turning to the dark side, the Dark Force rising. I wanted to see that turned into a movie, not Luke becoming like a jaded, uninterested Jedi hiding on an island. You know,
I think that's the most frustrating thing with the last three movies is that they had so much quality source material to build on, and they just chose not. They allowed J.J. Abrams to be like, "Nah, I'm good on that." And I'm like, but it's right there. Just do this. Just do that, and you're good. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Memberberry juice. That's what I want to do.
So I think we'll wrap up with the Star Wars talk. I wanted to play something else for.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so I've played this on the show before, but like Hannibal makes rap music. He makes the beats.
Music. Yes, I make music. It's not just rap music. Like the whole reason I made that heavy metal shanty joint was because somebody said I was a rap producer, and I was like, motherfucker. So I turned around and made some heavy metal shit.
You can make it, yes.
I do whatever the fuck I feel like doing.
Hell yeah.
But thank you, Ben Pye. I appreciate that.
So I played this on the show before, and there's a chance that I might have to cut this out of the YouTube version later. So if you guys are watching this right now, this is my warning that if you want to see this whole segment before I have to cut it out, you should go to Spotify and you'll be able to either listen to the audio version of it or we actually have two Spotify feeds where you can watch the video version or the audio, and the audio has the pre-show. So, let me find this video. I downloaded it a while ago. I almost feel like this is an elaborate troll. And this are
we doing troll or not a troll? That segment that we clearly came up with, and then you stole from us and then did before us?
Yes. So her name is Jalea Hollis, I think is her name.
Okay. Jalea Hollis.
And there's a few questionable things she's done. Like she's put out quite a few songs. They're all kind of like almost like meant to provoke people by the language she uses. Okay.
Okay.
And then there's also an unbelievably fake podcast that she was interviewed on that seems very fake, which I can also show you eventually here. But here's the song. Check out the song. Asterios is probably going to hide during a part of this song.
I'm so far. I'm interested. It's amazing that she found 7 people who were willing to sit in a room and be like, "Oh, you can absolutely put me in this video." Oh yeah, I'll be there at 9 a.m. and I'll wear a suit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's no pay? Sure. I can't wait.
Oh, I listen. Okay, I want to see it. First, I'm already taking notes. Okay, I want to hear where this goes. All right, let's see.
Patience and a peace of mind. Skating niggas AK, they still want a piece of mind. Had these niggas with snakes, how could I be so blind? Scrap that wasn't too late, thank you that I seen time that I'm really on my own in this motherfucker. Except I just bought the chrome in this motherfucker.
Because the chorus is just woosah, but she was like, nah, it's missing something. It needs something. It need like it's not quite spicy enough. I need to Okay, all right.
You niggas looking like the last kid. You niggas got old, y'all ain't out like some shit. You niggas. I ain't gonna say you niggas, cause there's only a few niggas.
niggas. There's no niggas. I love it. Yes. Yes.
On the whiteboard.
I mean, it's like that art is terrible. Of those stick figures. It's just,
I don't know exactly what it is that she's trying to she's trying to show some people that are making a lot of money, right? And she's upset about that, right? But it's like, but I'm trying to understand. I'm like, maybe she's talking about how these giant corporations. No, I get. Listen, I get it. She's trying to say, like, these giant record labels are have gotten in these secret relationships with the streaming platforms, and they're stealing all the money from the writers and the artists that are making this music. For every dollar that gets made, that dollar is getting given to the record label, and then the artists are getting pennies. And she was like, you niggas gonna stop robbing us. Okay?
Exactly. And Asterios, okay. It's Jalea Hollis, just in case you want to download it later on and like play it in your car while you're driving around.
Jalea Hollis. I bet a bunch of her job applications got thrown in the trash. That's why she got a rat in the job.
How many fucking people have to get disinvited from college before white people knock this off? It's like, at this point, it's just like, yes, obviously what you're doing is racist. Unfortunately, obviously what you're doing is racist. Have some self-preservation. Where's your instinct to not drown in an inch of water?
No, look, listen. You're saying that, but this year we saw not one but two conservative push songs become the #1 song in the country, with "Try That in a Small Town" from Jason Aldean and "Richmond North of Richmond." Both songs were the #1 song in the country because a bunch of conservatives were like, you know what? I like the message of this song, and they drove it to be the #1 song in the country. So if somebody tells her that what she's doing is racist and she can't do it, and she can get a bunch of conservatives to be like, nah, man, she's spitting hot fire, then there you go. That's all she needs.
Yeah, she has a few other songs too. And then there's this interview, which is obviously fake. So this interview is fake.
I want to hear it so bad.
This podcast does not exist. Because I've looked everywhere. The only thing I can find, it says Creative Dog Food Podcast is what the title of the video says. Nice. And I looked everywhere. This is the only instance of a podcast with that name I can find anywhere.
Because listen, Ben, because she is hip hop, right? Did you try spelling creative with a K?
Yes. And did you try spelling dog food with 3 Ks?
Welcome to the Creative Dog Food Podcast. Dog food.
Oh my God!
This is the best fake podcast ever. I love it.
Anyway,
that was like an SNL sketch.
Yeah.
Special guest in the building. I'm super excited. We've been trying to get her for a minute now. She has the streets going crazy, and she got these female rappers shaking in their boots. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, man. We got Jalea Hollis, y'all.
Holla, holla.
Holla. What up,
hey, girl? Looking
Welcome.
cute.
Aw, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Much love. I appreciate it.
No, for real. So we just want to get right into it. You know why we're here. So much buzz around you right now. So
there's not a lot of buzz around her.
I'm Googling her right now. I gotta find this bitch on Instagram, but I'm about to be her best friend. Oh man,
she's on Twitter. I followed her on Twitter.
What's her name? Jalea Hollis?
Yeah, JAHLAYAHOLLIS.
Can't wait to have you, and you're booked and busy, so I'm honored that you're here. Literally,
you have no idea. But yeah, honestly, I'm just really living in my creative spirit right now. I've been letting God kind of lead the way.
Okay, preach.
Yeah, we're currently working on a project. It's named after me, Jalea Hollis, and we're just now putting the final touches on it. And I am so excited and truly just so blessed.
See, ain't good. God is just good all the time.
And all the time,
God is good. Well,
and all the time,
she's good. The one host is gonna play bad cop.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay, yeah. So, Jalea Hollis, you got the
one who hasn't said anything yet.
Internet.
Yeah, I've been waiting for her to set trip this whole time. I'm waiting for her to kick the mic over. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for this to turn into a world star moment.
over this coon record you got, right?
Is that the name of the album?
It's one of the tracks on the album.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna go find this bitch album tonight. Listen, I just got a PS5 for Christmas. I'm about to be playing Spider-Man 2, listening to Jalea Hollis's album.
This is the one video. Yeah.
When you were playing that record, what were you thinking?
One thing's the truth. If a brother hates his roots, he'll hate the fruit. And yes, Eve ate the fruit, but she ain't made that dude taste it too. Some of y'all ain't got no accountability.
I think this is like an elaborate troll.
Some of y'all still get.
So
I'm starting to think that as well. I'm also starting to think that this is.
Let's talk about
Asterios.
I mean, it's just like, okay. All right, let's say it's an elaborate troll. Like, on who? On the black community? Like, why are we trying to troll the black? Like, what? Like,
I don't know. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, like, why did they record a fake podcast interview? I don't understand.
I mean, I think the reason they recorded a fake podcast interview was to be like, no, black people don't mind that she's using the N-word. Look, we hired 3 of them to say it's okay.
Hey man, listen. If I first off, I'm a black man that grew up in the antebellum South. I spent my whole life here, right? Okay, if I got mad every time a white person said the N-word, I just be mad all the time. Do you know where I live at? That I can't. I got called a nigga to my face
at a Kid Rock concert.
Yeah, at a Kid Rock concert. That was the last time. Yeah, like if I got angry every time somebody said like a white person or a non-black person said the N-word, I just be angry all the time.
Like, I'm angry all the time at this lady for saying the N-word.
Right, I can see already. They'd be like, invite Jalea over to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let her eat potato salad. Like,
I can't even get invited to that thing. Inviting her?
It's so weird. It's so funny. All right, I want to watch the play this fake.
Their buzz is crazy. All over my social media. You even have my auntie hit me up about her. Shout out to my auntie Dee.
I'm certain that happened. Yes.
Yeah, she's super sweet. So at first I looked at it and I said, okay, who's this white girl talking crazy, saying coon? But you know what she said? She's not wrong. Everyone is saying that. Jalea Hollis is not wrong. That's the coldest part. She got the street cred. It's great.
So are we getting into it?
She's got the street cred. It's great.
That's wild.
That's the coldest part. You know what I think the coldest part is? The N-word. But I guess that's just me.
Yeah, I just don't listen, man. I learned a long time ago, like people saying racist shit doesn't bother me as much as like people in a position of power doing racist shit. Like I'm not worried about you calling me an N-word at work. I'm worried about you denying my bank loan. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm black. Like, you know, I'm worried. I'm concerned about my job application getting thrown in the trash because I clicked African American instead of clicking other on my shit.
Other.
You know?
Other.
Right. Well. Oh, listen, I had to do that shit for a long time. Just for a long time. I would never put my race on on anything that I did because I didn't want it to deny me any opportunities. Right. But like just saying first off, I recognize as somebody who makes music, a lot of rap music has been so eloquently put earlier. And like I can't imagine how difficult it is to be a white person that's like a fan of rap music and then be like, man, I really want to listen to this With Attitude album, but I can't say it just, there's a lot of parts in it. It's just like what I've always found. I heard a comedian say this one time. It's like, try this. When you're rapping the lyrics, instead of saying the N-word, just say your name in that spot. Yeah, and just do that. You know what I'm saying? It works. It might not flow. And like, especially if you got like a 2-syllable name, then it works fine, you know?
I guess
you
started.
Might not work
like,
for Jalea.
okay, so technically I don't have like, I don't know who's coming on until like they give me the call sheet.
Right.
So like
the call sheet for the fake podcast.
So like they just showed me your video.
Okay, what's your point?
Okay, so who are you calling coon like in the video? Like who is that directed to?
Okay.
In that.
Okay. First of all. Are you done?
Oh.
Period.
And second of all, I am Jalea Hollis.
Okay. I want to know, where was that energy like 5 minutes ago when the cameras were on? Like, you're acting right now.
You're all acting. They're all acting. They have to be. This is so bad.
Yeah, this is very clearly fake. Very clearly.
Yeah,
like I want to see how this plays out.
Me too.
And just answer the question.
I knew she didn't like me when I came in here. It's okay.
She's been on one. I don't know what's
fine.
going on.
It's all good.
So
Billy had the theory that she actually does the raps and not the white girl. He was coming out with some kind of conspiracy theory about like all these people are in on it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, this is very clearly fake. This is not a real, like all of this is staged. This is along the lines of, oh god. So when Lil Nas X first, was like when he put out like in between like his second album, he did a lot of like little promo videos like this, where it's like these fake interviews and podcasts and shit like that. It's very similar to that. And I'm curious to know like how many people are involved in that process, and like I very specifically want to know like for the black people that are pretending to do this podcast. I need to talk to all y'all. I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation. We need to talk. Okay. I got some questions, and I'm hoping that they paid you very well. That's what I'm hoping. I hope you didn't just do this for the gram. I hope you did this for a lot of money. But looking at her 3,000 followers on Instagram, I don't imagine that she has a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this.
Answer the question like who stamped that? Like, I'm curious.
You're just mad because you understand and you don't want to. I mean, honestly, what is the difference between you and I?
Right.
Everything I do is for the culture.
Who's
right? Oh, I love. Come on, man. This is like Black Dynamite, the movie. Like I love. Okay, yeah. Okay, love this. Right. See, this is why we need Monty's here. Okay, Monty should see this.
No, I get it now. I'm sorry. You guys are actually both right, and I'm super wrong. There are absolutely black people behind this. Like that's what's happening. It's like a black sketch comedy troupe getting their like funny white friend and like you're gonna get in trouble for a minute. But then much like the dumb Starbucks reveal, it's like I guess this is a satire of entitled white women. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see where this goes. I am loving the direction right now. I want to see. I want to see how this fake podcast plays out.
Me too.
Depart from the script that you got in your head right now, or whatever. Your people,
what is she talking about?
Hold on. Whatever your people came and had you like memorize.
Not her people.
Because I'm gonna press you now. Whose culture?
It's a podcast.
Whose culture? She doesn't know what she's talking about. Whose culture? What did your people tell you to say?
Give her a chance to answer.
I am just trying to cause conversation. I'm trying to shed light on something that doesn't have any light shed on it. Nothing can be changed if there's no light shed on it.
I got a question for you. And
What's up?
Hold on. Can I ask just one question? One question.
I'm going to be here all night.
What are you going to do? Like, so after hip hop, what are you going to transition to? Like acting or something like that?
I'm not an actress.
You're definitely an actress.
I got a question. Okay.
What up?
Please came in here with a script in her head.
I like you. You're nice. You're so sweet.
She came here with a script in her head and a whole glam team and whatnot. But she's a rapper.
All right.
A glam team.
Let me ask the question.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Go ahead, because y'all professional and I'm not.
This strikes me as almost like a pro wrestling promo.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if the woman asking her questions, if she's in on the joke, or they do like the other two clearly are like they know like all of this is fake, right? But does she know that it's fake? I'm curious.
Maybe this is all elaborate troll on one person.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, actually, that would.
Yeah, to create a whole fake rap career just to troll one person. Oh, I would love that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's like the Windy City Heat.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would love this. If
Look at this. Look at this video from her Instagram.
We can't hear it, just to let you know.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. I'm just showing you the video. Shouldn't she be sitting on like a couch or something?
It just sit.
Oh. No, I wouldn't do that to those poor men.
My Del Taco just got here. Fuck yeah.
Del Taco is delicious.
Del Taco is awesome.
Let me ask you this.
Face as hell.
Right, okay.
Why do you feel the need to shed light on black subjects? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna hear you out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But do you think that, whatever it is that you have to offer the culture, we can't offer ourselves?
No, definitely not. Not at all. I'm just a storyteller. I'm trying to tell my story. I'm trying to tell the story of Jalea Hollis, where she's from, what she does.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sacramento, actually. Thank you.
Sacktown.
Anyways, I'm trying to tell her story, and I don't want to.
Anyways, she has a really kind of whiny tone to her.
But that could be the bit.
Could be.
Talk for anyone.
You know what I mean? That she's like immediately defensive and disrespectful of a person of color, calling her out. It's like, well, that could be the bit.
She's doing it for the culture.
So you mean to tell me that you can tell the story of the black woman in America?
So you're trolling, for likes and for comments.
her a troll.
I'm watching the video right now. I'm reading some of the comments right now.
Honestly, every label wants to try and sign me. I mean, how many black female artists do you guys have coming in here?
Every label.
This is okay. All right.
That's funny.
They have to all be in on this. I would really hope that the girl that's angry is not in on this. It's like a fucking prank show, you know. And then she doesn't know, but everybody else in the room does. And at the end of it, they be like, I got you, bitch. Right? Like that would be the best scenario here, right? But I'm guessing they're all in on it, and I'm still with it.
Trying to get on the platform. And they're just not. And I drop one
you're a
song.
martyr.
Anyways, I'm still speaking. Please don't.
In the chat, Danny Million 2 asked, do labels even matter anymore? Yes, they do. All the biggest selling rappers, all the biggest selling artists are signed to somebody's record label. It's not even close. Like trying to put out music independently. Like Megan Thee Stallion, I think, just put out an album independently, and it did not do well because most people didn't know the album was out. That's what the label does.
I can tell that this is Asterios' favorite segment that we've done all night.
I mean, I was thinking to myself, I was like, I think this is the best collection of clips that we've watched. It's like I've been coming on the show for like over 5 years. It's like, this is some real fucked up shit you found tonight to watch. It's like, even for Drunken Peasants, which is a show about watching fucked up shit, like this is a level above.
Yeah, I you know what? I feel like in my tenure here, which has been brief, right, in the journey that is Drunken Peasants, but like, I feel like I've seen some more fucked up stuff than this. This isn't. I still remember the first time you showed me G-Man, and that rotted a part of my brain. I forgot. Okay. My brain stopped perceiving the color purple after that. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also Gail and her Popeyes story. That is like
fucking Chris Chan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's been some wild shit.
Chris Chan is doing better than ever right now. Going to jail for 2 years is the best thing that ever happened to Chris Chan. And now Chris Chan's making money and selling the Sonichu medallions and doesn't live with their mom anymore. And it's a different world.
Me is very rude. Okay. Okay. Anyways. Moving on, I drop one song, and then all of a sudden, all of these record labels and interviewers are trying to talk business with me now.
And you see, you
I looked for any other interview that she's done, and she hasn't done any.
Socially aware.
Thank
I
you.
like that. I knew when I first saw the video that you were going to be a force to be reckoned with because you're killing it.
I sure am.
Yeah, AKA.
She's hot.
Okay.
What you got to say about that? You don't like that? You don't like that answer?
She doesn't, but she knows you're right, which is again why she's mad. Anyways, I have been throwing
Hard
elbows
cut.
up in here, okay?
See, this is what is throwing bows mean? Who did you hear? Bows. What is throwing bows? What does that mean?
I'm so sorry. I really don't understand your line of
You just
questioning.
said throwing bows.
But
what does throwing bows mean?
throwing elbows.
What does that mean? Who
It
told you
means
that?
I work hard. I worked hard.
Who told you that? Who told you? That's so good. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Keep going. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so entertained by this because look. Usually, at some point, you can figure out if it's a troll or not, and then it's kind of like once you do, it's like you know how the magic trick is done. Like there's two people in the box.
Mhm.
Like I still don't know. It's so entertaining.
Not me. Listen. This is. I just need to know if that one girl, if she's in on it, or if she's. I just need to know if she's in on it. That's all I need to know. The rest of this is fake. I just need to know about her, though. I just need to know that shit.
It does.
I keep waiting for her to tip her hand, and I haven't figured it out yet.
You lived the life of her. Do you know what she's been through? What she
I know what
does?
throwing bows mean.
Do you know?
I put up a poll for troll or not a troll.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one sitting in the chair. I am the one being interviewed right now.
Okay, I'm
right?
sorry.
You
You're
can
right.
ask me
You're right.
questions.
You're right.
100%.
A little
What does
respect
throwing
on her
bows
name.
mean? Who did you hear saying throw bows? Okay, but what does that mean?
So far, we have 10 votes in the poll, and it's 100% troll right now. 14.
Absolutely.
What does throwing bows mean?
Elbows.
Okay, but what does it mean to throw bows? You said I came in here
It
throwing bows.
means digging through dirt, working my ass off. I don't understand what she wants from me.
All right.
Yo.
I'm honestly just going to block this chick out from now on because I don't even know what she's saying. Yeah, thank you.
And to be honest, I like it because you're just being you. So we're not going to worry about the haters.
No.
Because, I mean,
You're getting rich off of antagonizing black people.
Wow.
Excuse her.
And I just want to know what
You just said off of antagonizing white people.
Getting rich. She's not getting rich. What is this? Why would you do this? Why would you film this?
So morons like us would debate if it's real or not, and they did it. They got a reaction.
Antagonizing white people.
But I didn't believe it. So when I saw the video, I was like, oh, I just thought she was a rapper. And then I watched this and I'm like, what is this? Like, this is she should have never have made this. She could have at least pretended she was legit at some point. But now it's just like, this is some kind of scam we got going on here.
Young Bill Fridge is in the chat, and he says the angry host is the real rapper. Bill Fridge, I'm curious.
I did mention that earlier that you believe that to be true.
Yes, the question is, Bill Fridge, is the real rapper in on the bit that is going on right now, or is she acting like everybody else? That's the question.
I don't know if I believe that theory because I've seen other videos of her that she's just filmed with her phone where you can hear like background noise and stuff, and her voice does sound the same, the white girl. So I don't think that theory is necessarily true. I don't know though.
Black people. I said you're antagonizing black people. You're not antagonizing white people. You're antagonizing black culture because I asked you what throwing bows mean. You didn't know. I asked you what coon means. You don't know.
You're
I'm
gonna
trying
have to get used
figure
to
out
this. People like
which one of the black
2023
dudes that
get used
came
to
in
it.
with you wrote your songs and stuff like that. And what's your ulterior motive?
Oh,
with
my
what you're
nails
doing?
look so good.
So she's an actress. Yo, bro, y'all are trolling.
No, I just don't listen to mean people. They don't faze me anymore, you know?
Okay.
Oh, they're all in on it. My belief is that they're all in on it. Like I don't think they're paid actors. I think they're in on the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they were trying to get attention. But I don't know. I don't know for sure.
You know, they just try and bring people.
This is definitely not a real podcast, though. That is irrefutable. Yeah,
I don't blame them. It's okay.
Got a question.
It's like some bad improv acting.
What's up? Ooh, please save us.
Why don't you direct all this energy towards white people?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
To me.
I like that.
I love it. All right, well,
yeah, I like that.
Don't say it.
No further
Asked and
questions.
answered. Certain. Yes. Yes.
That is groundbreaking journalism right there, baby. Okay.
All right.
He's like, I have no follow-up questions. I have nothing else to ask.
Right here.
Y'all trolling me, right?
Y'all
y'all hitting her with kid gloves. Y'all, I feel all right. Y'all trying to
literally crazy.
Okay, I see what y'all doing.
What are
Yeah,
they
we're doing what?
Well, I don't
What are we
understand.
Oh, you're getting rich off of antagonizing black people.
Excuse her. She's got to be like that.
No.
She
Okay.
thinks she has to think like that.
Yeah,
so.
I
The
get it,
getting
I get it.
rich
Okay,
part
no.
is so stupid because, like, if she was getting rich off of it, she'd be putting up big numbers, you know, selling her music or whatever.
Yeah, she's definitely not that. Just like doing a quick Google search on Jalea Hollis.
Yeah.
I love that name, by the way. That is
me too.
Like, she should either be a rapper, a stripper, or a porn star, right? And so she's in the ballpark where she need to be at.
I'm guessing. I mean, it might not even be her real name. Who knows?
That one.
Always. Anyways, I'm not getting rich off of doing that.
What are you getting
I
rich for?
am getting rich off of my creativity, off of
Where'd you
bringing
get your
new
creativity
ideas
from?
to the table.
Where'd you
know,
get your creativity from?
I'm a creator. That's what I'm getting rich off of.
Where'd you
I
get your
enjoy
style
doing
from?
this. I get a high. This is my high.
What does throwing bows mean?
I never said bows.
Still on that.
You said throwing elbows. What is
Exactly. Elbows.
I think y'all need to just squash this and throw maybe some elbows.
Can you guys pause it? Now, I'm stupid. Now, I understand what it means to throw an elbow.
Uh-huh.
Like, does that also mean something else? Is there a joke here?
It's just that. It's like, you know, when you in the club, you just trying to get some space, throwing bows. That's it. That's all it means. Just like a fucking, you know, like in basketball, like they trying to get somebody off of them, and, you know, throwing bows to get them off. That like, it doesn't mean there's no deeper meaning to that.
Then I just don't understand why they keep going back to it, because it's like the girls answered the question, like it means to throw elbows.
Yeah. I think she's like, if you were really doing this, if you were supposed to be of the culture that you claim to be, you should have known that answer much quicker. You should have been able to answer that question much quicker than you did, and you did.
Oh.
Going to continue to call her out on that shit. That's like I said. I'm just trying to figure out if she's in on the bit right now. That's all, because Ben is convinced that she is.
I think they all are.
Okay, I'm curious like that. That's all. I'm just waiting
Because this is
I'm
not a
watching
real
her.
podcast or interview or anything. Like, this
The
is.
thing that makes me think that she's in on it is she's talking about her profiting off of the money, like profiting off of black people, right? But if she is a rapper and she saw those numbers, she knows this woman is not profiting off of anything.
No.
Like, she's not making any money. She got like just under 4,000 followers on Instagram. She got 167 subscribers on YouTube. She's not making money.
No.
Not off of this.
Nope.
Not off of this at all.
No, because she's going to start digging through dirt, and I'm actually going to start fighting. Because she doesn't know what throwing bows mean.
We're just playing with you. Crazy stuff.
Okay.
So, Jalea, are you signed? Like, I know a lot of people, a lot of record labels are trying to get at you. You got a bunch of co-signs from a bunch of different rappers.
My girl on fire.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, yeah.
Like
I mean,
who?
you just
Name
got the
one.
culture
Name
going
one.
nuts. So, I mean, like, you can really rap. Like, I heard your project.
Sure can.
And, I mean, you're incredible.
Thank
Like,
you so
do
much.
you think that any of this controversy around the word coon or anything like that is going to overshadow your ability to
I think they're trying to create an artificial controversy.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah. This is like trying to create artificial controversy like this with black people doesn't work. It's the same reason black folks don't really fuck with Candace Owens. Like, we know she's not of the community. It's the same reason they didn't fuck with Omarosa. It was like, yeah, I don't know where you from, but I know where you not from.
Why
But certainly you guys all respected Condoleezza Rice, right?
No.
I can't think of anyone. When I think of Condoleezza Rice, I think of a FUBU hat. That's what I think.
A FUBU hat.
That's funny. That is a very obscure reference. Good one. Did I want to include vowels for Asterios for that one? Okay. You had to go dig deep in the vault.
I was like, damn it! I need an Omar. He already got Omarosa.
Yeah.
He already got Candace Owens. Who's left?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely not. Okay, again, like I said, I'm a creator, you know. We're here for a reason right now. I'm here for a reason right now. This is what I've done. This is, you know, I wouldn't say it's all been planned out, but it's been planned out. And in all honesty, it's not going to make sense until it does. And
it makes sense.
For now, I'll just continue being the bad guy.
So it's not what it looks like? Is a bigger picture you're painting right now?
It's not what it looks
definitely.
like.
You'll see. The whole world will see.
I look forward to it.
Okay, so I've been waiting to ask this all day. When is this project dropping? I need some new music, so let me know, please.
Totally understandable. It is coming very, very soon, within the next month or so.
In the next month, okay. I'll remember that.
She has mad vocal
Is
fry.
this like Kodak Black's artists or like I feel like I don't know. I feel like this is something the baby would do.
She just wants to keep going.
No, I want to know.
Okay, y'all can talk about this off camera after this. If y'all want to keep going, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. So thank you so much, all of my creative dog fooders. And we out.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, I see. Billy in the chat said he thinks it's to promote the main angry host, as she is the voice of reason. That would make sense to me, that this whole thing was created to like a bunch of people sat around and was like, what if we get this white girl and we have her rap like this and do this and that, and we use you as the voice of reason so we can help promote your career. I could see a bunch of people pitching that idea, right? And then I could see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, so far they put out, after the video we watched earlier, they put out another video like a month ago.
Is it of the same actress? I mean the same rapper?
Yeah. It's this.
Oh man, she didn't say nigga once in that one.
Yeah.
I was upset.
I was waiting for it.
I was
Maybe it's in there somewhere. I have not listened to that whole song.
Listen, I was like the police just now. I was looking for them niggas. I don't know where they at.
Oh my god.
Just okay. All right. All right. Listen, I would love to hear more of her content and see how deep the rabbit hole.
There's not much. So this is, it's weird because like there's not a whole album. So it's like, why are record labels trying to sign this person? It's all a ruse. It's some sort of ruse.
It's got to be for sure. Yeah. There's no major record label that well, you know what? If she was doing numbers, I'd be curious. Yeah, but if she's not doing numbers, because what's her face? There was a girl from Texas. I think she's from Texas. She might have been from Oakland. Her name was Krishan. And her sister, Lil Debbie, and like one of them used to drop N-bombs all the time in their songs, and she had a nice little following. Like, and I think she got, because I was about to say she got signed to a label, but I think she got signed to Riff Raff's label, so that doesn't count. Like, no, not that.
I'm sorry, that's a reference that I'm sure is great. It will not hit this particular audience. Can you talk about Babylon 5? Is there any chance we can talk about Lando?
No, listen, we can also talk about Babylon 5. Super random, but you remember the guy who's the security officer on Babylon 5? Garibaldi.
Yeah, the guy who played Michael Garibaldi. I remember him. Yeah.
That dude ended up having like this super conservative podcast in like Vegas. Like,
oh my god!
I did a rewatch of Babylon 5 years ago, and as I was watching it, I was like, let me look up all the actors, see what everybody's doing. I said, oh, he's got a radio show. That's so cool. And I went to go listen to it, and I was like, uh-oh.
No, he ran for Congress as a Republican. He ran on the Republican Party for Congress. It's like, it's a shame when your heroes let you down. But all of that, Jerry Doyle, all of that did happen.
Yeah, that was it. It was a very fun ride to be like, oh yeah, that was cool. And I'm just going through all of the different characters and shit, and I'm just like, and then I got to him, and then I was, oh, he's got a radio show. This is so cool. And he has. Listen, you think Kanye West has some strong opinions about the Jews? Go listen to his shit. That shit is wild.
I remember him. I remember Jerry Doyle being like super pro-Israel, but I assume, like a lot of people who are super pro-Israel, are you saying he was also super anti-Semitic?
Yeah,
which is a weird thing that they do.
The amount of people that are very pro-Israel right now that are also always talking about the global, the coastal global elitists, and I'm just like, wait, which side are you on exactly? Because I'm having a hard time interpreting. Like, you know what it is? I don't got the dog whistle ears, so I don't know. Maybe globalist means something different today than it meant before. Rewatching
Alex Jones
Babylon,
uses globalist a lot.
Yeah.
Look, I have the debate overlay. Like if I put people head to head.
Oh, hey!
I like the debate overlay.
Yeah.
All we're missing is a fridge in the bottom corner.
All we're missing is something you guys disagree on to debate on. But
yeah, I mean, we both agree. That's I was just saying.
There's got to be there's something we disagree on. You know what? I saw you wince earlier when I said Phantom Menace was the worst of the Star Wars films.
No, what I was wincing at was that they didn't call it out because it's interesting. It's like, no, the Phantom Menace is terrible, but you don't.
Flocka Possum says that Asterios owes money for hummus.
I love hummus. So good. Is there a joke here I'm missing? I'm so sorry.
No, hummus is the name of, is the fun way of saying the name of that organization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Owes money for Hamas? I also don't know what that means.
Hummus, yeah. Hummus.
Well, anyway, back to the other thing. It's just interesting because I was thinking to myself, like, you can't say Phantom Menace is the worst anymore into a camera because it's boring. It's like now it's like we expect that, so you have to go harder on like The Last Jedi to get your outrage points. And I was just like, when you were talking about that, I was just thinking about like how many decades of nerds complaining about Star Wars that I've listened to. Because for me, it's just like, I think there's only 2.5 good ones. It's just like, everything else is kind of like flawed. So it's like every other Star Wars movie is like in a race for last place. And it's just, and the other thing.
That's how I feel about Southern governors. That's crazy. Yeah.
They're all in a race for last place.
Yeah. It's just like whatever, like Greg Abbott does something in Texas and then Ron DeSantis is in Florida is like, hold my beer. And then like, our guy, who's the guy in Georgia? I can see his face. I can't think of his fucking name. What's his name?
I know the guy that was like, I refuse to overturn the election, but also abortion is wrong. And it's like, I can't tell if I like you or not.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. You know what they did in Georgia? They made it legal for like at the moment a woman gets pregnant, she can put the suspected father on child support immediately.
What?
So you could just be on child support for 9 months and then the baby be born and it not even be yours.
That's insane.
That is absolutely insane. Yeah. They allow women to put men on child support from the moment of conception.
From the moment of conception. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And they can just say it's anybody. Like,
I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
So she could be like, "Oh, Elon Musk was in town last month and he knocked me up, so he needs to start paying child support."
I'm having a Mark Zucker baby. Can you just say that? Because that actually sounds pretty cool.
Somebody should try that shit. Yeah. Somebody should be like, yeah, Jeff Bezos came down to Atlanta, went to Magic City, and got me pregnant after eating some lemon pepper wings and being at the strip club. That would be amazing. I would love to see her get 1% of Amazon's profit margin just for the month of December, right? That would be great. I would love to know. I don't know how the law works. I just know that it is a law. Because like other than like stopping Cop City, that was like a big one for a while that people were like up in arms about. It was like, yeah, life begins at conception. And that bitch can put you on child support. Huh? Wait, what? Do what now? Like, yeah.
Someone sent me this, I think it's like an old indie wrestling promo. It says freight trains reply to Eugene spelled with a U and then Gene.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jake Manning here with Freight Train once again. I just want to go over the particulars one more time. July 27th in Charlestown, Indiana. Freight Train will be taking on Eugene for the $5 Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. It will be an iPay-per-view event presented by WWNLive.com and sponsored by HighSpots.com. So, with that being said, Freight Train,
Look at Freight Train. He's got a reality check T-shirt. Look at him. He's pretty menacing.
I know Eugene has made some disparaging comments on his YouTube page. Now, this is the reply, and I'm done talking about all the particulars. I'm just going to throw it to you, and I want you to give your opinions and your feelings on what Eugene said about you.
Okay. Listen up, Lou Jane. This Freight Train, I seen your video
okay.
on YouTube about me and stuff. That ain't gonna happen to me on July 27th. Listen up, you ugly short punk. You ain't gonna take this belt from me, Lou Jane.
We need this guy for Actual Mania. We need Freight Train for Actual Mania.
Lou Gene. I hope he's really good in the ring because his promo skills is ass. I really want. Can we find some ring footage of Freight Train, please? I got to. I'm looking for it now.
I wonder if there's the actual match, Freight Train versus Eugene.
Yeah. I really wanted it to be Eugene from
Yes.
Yeah, like that Eugene. Like
No.
which was also
That was wasn't it? That was like Nick Densmore
WWF
was that
did.
guy's name. Nick Densmore was Eugene.
Okay. Yeah, also that was a thing that the WWE completely leaned into.
You know what?
for
I
a
think it
while.
is Nick Densmore. It is Nick Densmore. Freight Train does wrestle Nick Densmore as Eugene.
Shut
The battle over the name Eugene. That's actually pretty good. That's kind of like when Booker T had to fight over the letter T.
I'm gonna show you old school ass where I represent. You from the old school, this the new school, Lou Jane, and you can't even talk up there talking about that. Hey, Freight Train, I'm gonna take you out on July 27th. $5 raffle tire coming off your waist, going my waist and stuff.
Yeah, you
Couldn't
tell
even
him,
imitate
Freight
the Freight
Train. You tell
That's why
him.
you need to go back to that retarded school downtown.
No, hey. There's no need. There's no need.
Yeah, I found the whole match.
Yeah, I'm about to get it. I'm about to have it.
And these sons of bitches had the audacity to do a 21-minute match. How fucking did I remember? Like Triple H and the Undertaker did a 30-minute match at WrestleMania, and I was so pissed off. That was just long, boring ass match. Yeah, okay. Freight in Charlestown, Indiana. That sounds like a place I'm not
Charlotte,
going.
North Carolina Metro, right across the street from the education center and the school board. How retarded you is, Lou Jane. You need to be there while you're retarded.
Now, I do have to give some context. The Eugene character was someone who was basically highly regarded. So
I mean, he was,
highly regarded. Okay,
But-
I got you. I'm learning all the rules now. See, I'm understanding now why so many of my videos have been demonetized. Thank you very much, Ben. I'm seeing it now. Okay.
But he's there. You come out waiting.
He was Rain Man. Remember? He had a photographic wrestling memory while he was differently abled in some areas.
The only time I've ever seen Ric Flair wrestle live, he wrestled Eugene at a house show. And Eugene did Ric Flair did his famous get his tights pulled down and show his ass to the audience thing. Where Eugene ends up pulling on. Yeah, it was and Ric Flair lost to Eugene, by the way. Ric Flair took the loss to Eugene in that match.
Wow.
I mean, you got to give it back to the business. That's Flair doing the right thing. He took
all the time.
He took, and then he's giving back.
And stuff, waving like a nerd, like Forrest Gump. Lou Jane W is a Louisville, Kentucky nerd. That's why your uncle Eric Bischoff cut you loose from WWE, because he know you too much of a nerd to be in the ring with the big dogs.
Yeah, that's why he was too nerdy. That was why they cut him from the WWE.
With the big dogs.
With the big dogs.
Eugene was a real big... Eugene was a real big fan of Firefly, and that was why he got cut.
With the big dogs.
This belt, Eugene, I'm a train wreck your ass on July 27th.
Look at the other guy is laughing.
I'm going to show you what I represent since my first time getting in the ring with a WWE superstar. I'm going to show you what this new generation coming up. Ohio Valley Wrestling don't mean nothing. You were trained up there with Jim Cornette and them, but I got trained by different people better than you. But High Spots represent. High Spots better than Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Wait, pause it. What if he's not doing a bit and like he is also
highly regarded?
Yeah.
But for real? And Nick Densmore was acting.
They was like, hey, we're gonna have this guy that pretends to be regarded fight this guy that's actually regarded,
but doesn't think he is.
Yeah, listen, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. I don't think this is a bit. I don't think this is a bit at all. Okay?
Look at the other guy.
I think so. I think this might be actually happening.
So much deception in these videos we've been watching.
Yeah, listen. This wrestling might actually be like we watching a crime take place.
Jane, Ohio Valley Wrestling don't no longer exist. Now the Florida Championship Wrestling, you need to go back to where you came from so you can get more popular again, Lou Jane.
Ohio Valley Wrestling does still exist.
And on July the 27th, I'm going to kick the shit out of you, Lou Jane.
Yeah!
Take your retarded motherfucking ass out. Since you called me the EMF word my time.
You had it!
Listen, might as well just go for it too. Tell me what you think about Israel while you at it. Go ahead, shit. Just burn it all down.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Right,
okay.
He's already there. You know what I'm saying? You just stepped into shit. You might as well keep walking.
Motherfucker, though you is a retarded motherfucker. Take your motherfucking ass back to Louisville, Kentucky. And this belt gonna stay right here on my smooth belly. And look at my belly, Lou Jean. Look at my belly. My belly going down, Lou Jean. It's going down a little bit. I'm ready to take you out, Lou Jean. I've been doing a lot of push-ups and stuff so I can get ready for you. On July 27th, I'm coming for you, Lou Jane. And you look like Superman on that YouTube video up there acting like Superman and stuff. And up there hiding behind walls like this and stuff. With 2 action figures and stuff, hide behind the walls like you're too much of a cat.
Pause. Listen, check this out. I'm looking at the YouTube comments for this shit, right? Now, granted, this is YouTube comments, right? There's no, this is unverified. I'm just sharing information that I'm reading in real time. This shit says from Truth Hurts 2000, posted this 10 years ago. It says, shit had me rolling. I went to school with Train, and I will tell you, this is no act, but love the guy to death. Good guy, very kind-hearted. Glad to see he's having fun. Represents Charlotte well, Freight Train.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, this ain't no act, okay? This motherfucker really is regarded right now, okay?
I would have faced me one-on-one.
This wrestling match might be a crime, y'all. I'm just trying to say, he might not have the capacity to actually agree to consent to this battle.
Asterios.
I mean, look. I'll get my opinion out real quick. This is my favorite kind of promo because I do believe this person would kill whoever the hell he's talking about. Yeah. I forget the name of the guy he's promoting against.
Eugene.
Okay, there we go. Eugene. It's like, look, I don't want you to be clever. Like the other night, I watched CM Punk's promo at SmackDown, like his promo back SmackDown, and it was like a fucking Jerry Seinfeld routine. It was just like bits. I'm like, I don't believe that you want to beat up CM Punk. I believe you want to get paid and retire in the WWE. I think this guy wants to kill Eugene, and I think that's great.
Yeah, we'll watch a couple minutes of the match after the promo.
Beat the freight train, you can't be no coward. But I'm gonna make sure I get a W over you, Lou Jean. That's a win. Everybody around this world said they want to see me beat you down. I said I'm gonna do that on July 27. I'm coming for you, Lou Jean. This belt gonna stay right here on my smooth belly. Coming for you. Charlestown, Indiana ain't gonna be the same. All your family members in Louisville, Kentucky, they gonna have to go home crying because they're gonna say, hey, Lou Jean got beat by a freight train. Lou Jean got beat by a freight train. What we gonna do with him? He got beat by an upcoming star and he
freight train. Dude, give him a WWE developmental contract.
Oh, it definitely got to be developmental for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the only kind of contract you can give him.
That was amazing.
Listen, bro, he is very concerned with belly smoothness. All right, this is what. Yeah, I can already see what went into this. They was like, we got a guy who is actually regarded. So what if we have him fight a guy who pretends to be regarded, and then have them? Yeah, that I fucking see it. I see the.
It's the $5 wrestling title.
Oh, WWE superstar. We need to call Uncle Eric Bischoff on
him.
Hardcore
time, right? This is that like you get defended all year round.
I have no idea.
Again, so you come back and give him a whooping and stuff. That's what they're gonna say about you, Lou Jean. So your Uncle Eric come back and whoop your tail for losing to me. That's what they're gonna say. Cause this message for freight train, Lou Jean. When you hear this message, get back at me.
Lou
Jean. I think we got a little bit off the rails on that interview there, but if a train goes off the rails, we all know a train wreck will happen. And on July 27th in Charlestown, Indiana, presented on WWNLive.com, a train wreck will happen when Freight Train takes on Eugene.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's
a train wreck indeed.
The very first $5 internet pay-per-view main event.
Wow. How do you follow that?
Capacity crowd of 25 people.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Lou Jean.
It is my utmost pleasure to introduce to you, as he walks to the back real quick. Let me introduce you. There he goes. Let me introduce you to your special guest referee.
What's a referee?
A referee?
George Sal.
I don't know who this is. All right, let's. Oh my God, no. What is going on here?
If Cook Compton shooting in the middle of our pay-per-view wasn't enough, here is a man who has been all over the world.
Oh God, here comes Freight Train, yeah!
This is what it's all about.
Come on, man. Look at the size of his face compared to the rest of his face. Okay, that's regardation right there.
Let's see the wrestling.
Eugene hurts Freight Train. I'm gonna send Cucamonga after
You
Eugene.
signed a contract. You're not going to get involved.
I'm no Cook Compton.
Wonder how much Eugene got paid for this.
Not a lot of it.
Headlock.
Yeah, I would agree.
Shoots him off the ropes.
I wonder how much Freight Train weighs. Freight Train is pretty tall too.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's probably what, like 6'6" or something? Because Eugene's not super short. Hold on, let me see what Eugene's build height is.
But you never know with a guy like Eugene. He had to step up his game a little bit. Yeah.
He's a wild card.
This is Honey Boo Boo fighting Cartman in the mud.
He's built at 6'1". Eugene's built at 6'1". He's probably like 5'11" or something. They always like, they always exaggerate it.
Yeah, show me. Yes, of course you got to pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Oh, and he takes him down.
Where the veteran skills come into play. He's going after that leg, going after the knees. Freight Train, history of bad knees. When you're that big of a guy, sometimes it's hard to get around. The veteran one right
He's got to kick him off.
There's a giant push-off.
By the way, I closed the poll and set. it was like 76, said troll. Some people are like,
I mean, I
man,
think that's correct.
maybe this woman is legit.
All right, I'm just like this is like, you see what I'm saying? This was a 21-minute match, right? And like this is how it's starting.
Yeah, it's. I'm guessing Freight Train is strong. He can probably lift Eugene pretty easily.
Oh yeah, they tend to be strong. Wrestlers tend to be strong.
Wrestlers.
Of course, yes, obviously.
Wrestler strength, they call it.
Right, that's what they call it.
They certainly do.
Hammer getting up. Hammer barely can get himself up.
Yeah, this is like not a very good match.
How can it?
Russian leg sweep, not it was okay. Not exactly a Bret Hart style Russian leg sweep.
No.
Yeah, you gotta hook those starter shorts.
He's like, get up, come on, you got to get up. Now he's supposed to. So right now, in a rest hold like this, he should be telling him, like, because Eugene will be calling the spots here, you know.
Yeah.
So like, there's probably some like communication here.
I don't even know what to call it.
Side Russian headlock, says the pro wrestler.
Hey, comedian, what's that
Trained
move?
all over the world. I know what this is.
Comedian, what's that called?
Chinlock.
There it is. People behind the Freight Train. He is the champion.
Yeah, see right there, he's like telling him,
Eugene's advantage has been around. Freight Train still has that.
like hide his face a little bit.
Uh-huh.
They're behind Freight Train.
All right, let's see the Hulk up. Oh, he just grabbed the rope.
Yep. I don't know, like this is just.
Yeah.
I don't think Nick Densmore can lift Freight Train.
What's going on? What's going on?
What the
They're both okay. All right. You know what? I appreciate that. You know, he's at least leaning into his art form and stuff. You know, I appreciate that. You know, like he might never wrestle in the WWE or AEW, but you know what? I appreciate that they found a home for him somewhere. Like, you know, like everybody that wrestles can't have, like, you know, a high IQ, I guess.
Looks like there was another wrestler back in the day called Freight Train, like from the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
His name, he was Rufus R. Jones. Rufus R. Freight Train Jones. He was like old school wrestler.
The irony is the R in
7 men
Rufus
behind.
R.
No.
This title stays on my belly. My smooth belly. Y'all see?
Y'all see?
See,
Yeah.
no, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say the R in Rufus stands for Rufus.
Oh.
Yeah.
So his name was Rufus Jones?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess
That's,
that's
look, listen, that's black as hell. I love that name.
The weird
Rufus
thing
Jones.
is that his real name was
I would root for
Carrie
him.
L. Lloyd.
And the L stands for Lloyd.
Lloyd.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Carrie Lloyd. Yeah. And he's like, so instead he was gonna make his name Rufus Jones.
Makes perfect sense to me.
It makes sense. It makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe the current Freight Train got his idea from the old school Freight Train, who died in like the 90s.
It's a great name. It's like we had multiple Nature Boys. I guess we have multiple Freight Trains.
Yeah, it's true. There were quite a few. But yeah, there's like a lot of pictures of Freight Train right there. Freight Train.
Okay. Yeah, man. Okay.
The power of the Freight Train.
They gave him the $5 championship.
Yeah.
You know what? I appreciate them putting the belt on him.
Yeah.
I do.
Did
I
they give They gave Densmore the win here.
Well, you kind of had to, you know,
Yes.
because again, a crime definitely was probably still taking place. You know, I don't know if he could legally sign that contract. You know, with this.
Did you ever hear of about the mass transit incident?
Oh my God!
I was an ECW fan. I watched that shit happen in real time.
New
with
Jack.
fucking- with Yeah, when New Jack fucking gutted this kid.
He didn't know he was a kid, and to be fair, he didn't look like a kid. He was gigantic.
No, he didn't. He did not look.
He did not look like a kid. I remember when that shit happened. I remember that kid's father yelling from the crowd, he's only 16, he's only 18, whatever the fuck he was yelling. I remember all that shit. I watched all that shit in high school. That was around the time, I remember when I discovered ECW randomly. It came on like cable access television at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And I remember seeing that shit and thinking to myself, this was the scariest shit I had ever seen in my life that was also wrestling. I was like, shit.
I love the one thing that happened there where the crowd just started throwing their folding chairs into the ring, and it like covered everybody in the ring.
It was a Terry Funk match, yeah. Yep. And they started throwing all of the. I think it was Terry Funk and Public Enemy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they started throwing all the chairs in the ring. I used to love that shit. A random tidbit. The first ECW event they had in New Orleans, Louisiana, the Dudleys had debuted their newest move, the Dudley Death Drop, and they did it to Beulah McGillicuddy, and broke her neck doing the shit. That ended her wrestling career because she didn't land right.
I have been going through ECW actually from the very beginning, like the first episode of Eastern Championship Wrestling. It's amazing to me how there's all this really simple stuff they do on this show that they don't do anymore. Like the economy with which they establish characters, the way they set up the head of ECW, Todd Gordon. The commentators, it's so great because you're watching Eastern Championship Wrestling. It's clear that no one is being paid and that a lot of these people are fans that are just in the ring, but it also all works really well. Terry Funk is there in episode 1 and he's making you care right away. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert gloms him in episode 1 and we're off to the races. Yeah.
I went to a show in my hometown, Toledo, Ohio, in 2000. It was supposed to be the first ECW show for TNN when they went over to TNN.
Yeah.
And they ended up not using most of the footage because they went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And the network didn't want to run a lot of the matches. But yeah, it was Rhino versus Sandman was one of the matches they had. I think it's like lost footage. I think a lot of it never aired. So
I'm sure. And the Sandman, it's funny because he's in the early episodes, and I understand. It wasn't until I started watching Eastern Championship Wrestling that I understand why Philly loves the Sandman so much.
Yeah.
He's the Philliest fucking guy. He's just yo, Steph, know what you're talking about? Hey, I'm gonna kick you up the Schuylkill Expressway. His wife, the Sandman and his wife are both Philly to the core. And it's how are you not gonna root for these guys?
And I mean, didn't Stone Cold kind of steal his gimmick from Sandman?
I mean, with the beer.
Wasn't Steve Austin in ECW while Sandman was doing his thing, and then went to WWF and they tried to give him ringmaster and that didn't stick, so he became the Sandman. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah. When he was in ECW, he still had hair. That's how long ago it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I love watching the alumni, the ECW alumni, to see the Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and Dean Malenko and Jericho and fucking Rob Van Dam, who is still my favorite wrestler of all time. And then Taz and Rhino, all those guys that came from there and went on to do big things. And then poor old Tommy Dreamer just went on to be nothing.
Oh, hey, he hosts the most popular show on XM radio.
Okay.
Was it Busted Open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that. All right, good for Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer. I always wanted Tommy Dreamer to like get his comeuppance on Raven, like for real, like an actual just like ass whooping. It never happened. It never happened for real. Raven eventually left and then went to WCW because that was when they were giving out those gigantic wrestling contracts. Oh yeah, I get super nerdy about wrestling.
Oh,
yeah, me too.
No, I mean it's the fucking best. Yeah, but oh shit, what were we just?
The only wrestling,
keep going.
Like the most wrestling I watch these days is when Scott has a show in Tacoma, and I go down there and watch him wrestle there. And like him and his tag team partner won the tag titles there, so now they do every show like at least once a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome that he's wrestling so often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Scotty, and I getting a chance to hang out with him in person, and he is as funny in person as he is on Drunken Peasants, and he's funny on DP, and he's real funny he was real funny live in person. Hanging out with him was cool. Hanging out with Joe was cool. Hanging out with Joe was really cool, man. Like me and Joe need to, like me, Joe, and Billy just need to go walk the streets of Seattle and see what the fuck happens, right? I think that'd be fun. Like me, Joe, and Billy do Mardi Gras together and see what happens.
Oh my!
Billy would be the voice of reason in that one. That would be wild. Me and Joe be debating about why we should punch somebody in the face. I feel like Joe wouldn't debate. I think he would just do it.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Debate.
Yeah. I would stop him. I'm like, no, man, why are you using your hands when you got these two good feet for kicking? Right? I think it would be a great time. It would be fun.
So
Trans Gold Dust. Yeah, that was fun. I was thinking about WrestleMania matches the other day. You know what match randomly crossed my mind that I hadn't thought about in 1,000 years? I forget which WrestleMania it was. I know it was the WrestleMania where Shawn Michaels beat Bret Hart in the Iron Man match, right? But earlier that night, there was a match between Roddy Piper and Gold Dust, and they did whole fake Bronco chase. Like he would keep cutting back and forth through it, and then Roddy Piper just beat him up, and he was just like, "Hey, you want to beat up this guy for pretending to be gay towards you?" It was like, "I sure will." Beat the hell out of his ass, and that was like a thing that we did.
That happened with Savio Vega too. Savio Vega wanted to beat up Gold Dust for real.
Yeah. Ahmed Johnson.
No. You know what? It was Ahmed Johnson. It wasn't Savio Vega. Yeah.
Everybody has said that he was horrible to work with.
Ahmed Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That would explain his disappearance.
Yeah, like they said, he was actually hitting people in the ring, and he was one of those big, strong guys that was like real heavy-handed in the ring. I heard Vader was like that to work with a lot too. Like a lot of people said that Vader wasn't fun to work with.
Vader, I think, started his career in Japan, where they do kind of work stiffer there, and it's like strong style stuff. I'm not an expert by any means, but I believe that's where he started. But yeah, Vader, that's crazy. Vader was like this huge guy that was really light on his feet. Do you like the Vader salt?
The Vader salt. He was the first big guy. Him and Bam Bam Bigelow were the first two big men I saw that would like pull off a moonsault, and do it well.
I got a giant bag of weed.
Oh, I'm jealous because I do not have a giant bag of weed. I live in Georgia, so. So, it's one of the questions that people ask me.
Put this in the safe, Asterios.
I want it so badly.
Yeah,
you have no idea how viscerally I reacted to seeing that bag of weed.
Do you know? Like Asterios has a very addictive personality, apparently, and he tries to not drink or smoke weed or anything, and his girlfriend wanted to have some weed, and he made her get a thumbprint safe to hide it in, okay? So that he wouldn't be tempted to smoke the weed.
Now I have to say, That is not true.
Okay.
Because we have 2 thumbprint safes now.
Oh.
Because we live now we rented a house that has 2 stories. And so I wanted to make it because when she's high, she's not
Goldberg
because when
and
she's
Hacksaw,
high,
my
she's
2
high.
favorites.
And she'll
Wish
just
I could
leave
see
her
them
weed
more.
out and I'll find
You
it
can
and
buy
it
a
will
2x4
ruin my week.
signed from Hacksaw
Suddenly
Jim
I will
Duggan
eat
for $50.
6,000 calories of ice cream.
That sounds so good. I'm gonna go see if I can go get some ice cream after the show.
God damn! I
that
love weed
sounds
so
amazing.
much.
Listen, I got half a DiGiorno's pizza in there, and fucking and that Spider-Man, that new Spider-Man game on PS5. And I listen. As soon as the show ends, that is the rest of my night.
Yeah, we'll go for a couple more minutes. So Asterios, didn't you like break into one of the safes though?
Of course I did one time. Of course I did. It was during the pandemic. When I was sad and she was traveling, she was seeing her friends. So all by myself in the apartment. I was ordering Chinese food in the middle of the night, and then I had Grubhub open, and there was a thing where it was like, you can add a margarita to this order.
Oh my god!
and it came in like a big soup dumpling pint. Ooh. And I got so fucked up on this 2 a.m. margarita that I grabbed a hammer. And I just smashed the safe open to get to the drugs.
Wait, you were able to use that? You were able to use the hammer to get into the safe?
It's a gun safe, so it's like, look, they're to stop children, not adults. So I put the claw part of it in the seam between the door and the safe, and I flipped it over, and I just kept banging it against the ground. Mm-hmm. Until the weed came. It was like an addict's pinata.
An addict's pinata.
That sounds awesome. Everything about that sounds great. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, oh man, so you mean to tell me if all I need is a quality hammer and I can just get into safes? No. Okay, I understand now. There's a pecking order. There's levels to this safe shit. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, if you find a safe, all you really do, what you need is a hammer and a crowbar. You put the crowbar in the seam between the door and the safe, and you just keep whacking the crowbar like a big nail, and eventually you will drive the safe open. So there you go, future criminals. That's how you can break into any safe.
There you go. Tune in next week. Asterios is going to tell you how to break into any Kia Altima that you come in contact with.
Remember, kids, don't break into the safe. Don't break into the safe. Steal the safe, because you can break into it later. I'm Asterios.
On the news here locally, like on the local news, people steal ATMs around here all the time.
Yes,
the whole ATM.
Yeah, that's exactly. Why waste your time on the street corner? You're totally exposed.
Yeah,
build a Faraday cage and break into it at home.
Yeah. And also, that's why you get around bank fees, right? Because they charge too much at gas stations anyway. It's like just because I bank with Chase and this isn't a Chase ATM, I gotta pay you $250 to see my account balance and another $250 to get the $20 out. No, I'm not doing that shit. I'm just gonna steal a whole safe and then get my money out at home and then return the safe when I'm done. I'm assuming that's what everybody else
strategy.
is doing. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing we're all doing. It says, don't ATMs have cameras on them? Yeah, but they're not good cameras.
You just spray paint over them.
Yes.
Look at us being very industrious criminals over here. I like this. Okay, what else we got?
One of my things I never understood why and nobody ever did this is like when you break into a place, why don't you just use an umbrella? Like, you're walking through the hallway, like put an umbrella over your fucking head, and then none of the cameras can see who that motherfucker is.
Ah, okay, yeah, I like it. I like the umbrella strategy.
Because it's like in a video game, like you want to be behind cover, it's portable cover.
Yeah, it makes sense. The Industrious Criminals podcast. I think we might be on to something here. No, listen, I always give credit to the sources, right? I'm not one of those people that takes jokes from the comments section and claims them as my own. Jiggaraff says the Industrious Criminals podcast. I like it.
We have to get together and pull off a heist now and then record a podcast about it.
No. What we do is we watch a movie about a heist and then talk about all the things they got wrong.
Yes!
That's
because we're the experts. Look, I have one more crime to pitch the listeners, and I don't know why no one's done this either.
Okay.
It seems to me like the best way to steal someone's identity would be to just set up a bunch of fake LinkedIn job postings. The amount of shit, the amount of personal data I send to people when I'm applying for it, I might as well be sending them a picture of my asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know why more people don't do that. You get their address, you get all their work history, their phone number, their email. What the hell?
They will literally, if you made a fake job posting and told somebody to send you a picture of their ID front and back, they would just send it to you. Yeah.
Someone sent me that the other day. They were like, and of course we're going to need a picture of your ID. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is a scam. But it's like, why aren't more people doing that?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, every time I've had a job ask me that, I just assume that they're going to just try to open up a credit. Man, like I had a landlord in 2013 ask me for, she wanted a copy of my ID on the lease, which I thought was weird because I had never lived in a place that ever asked for this, right? But I was renting a house from a private owner, not through a company. So I went with it, right? A year later, this cunt, okay? And I want to make sure that it really like resonates when I say it, okay? I don't want to say it like how Australians and the British say cunt, where they say it just like passerby shit. No, I want it to be the slithery, wet American cunt. Okay, I want you to feel this shit. This fucking cunt took my ID, opened up a bunch of credit cards in my name, and maxed those motherfuckers out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The way to do that's one of the things I think criminals don't understand is like delayed gratification. You wait a year.
Yeah.
That's the perfect amount of time to wait before committing this crime.
Yeah,
like, what's the rush?
Yeah, this bitch literally just ruined my credit.
I mean, you got it fixed though,
can't say I
right?
agree with that.
You did fraud, like you had to like do some legwork, but
I had to do a lot of legwork, and the worst thing was she was fucking lazy about it because like the places that she was using my credit card were all places across the street from where she lived. Like it was so wild. It was so wild. Like, but it took me years to get it completely.
That sucks.
Like it took fucking years to get that shit taken
That's
care of. Like
bullshit.
it was a while before I was actually able to get like a credit card in my name again.
Insane.
You know, they just thought that I was going to Publix and just ordering all the Tostino's pizza rolls myself. You know, this is 2013. I wasn't getting high then. Okay, so there was no reason to believe that this was me. Yeah, she did that shit. She did a lot of stuff, and that was one of the wasn't even the worst thing she did. But that was wild. Yeah, she opened up a bunch of credit cards in my name, and I went to. I tell you all this. So I went to there was a Publix across the street from where she lived, where she used my credit card, and I went to the Publix because I needed to talk to the manager to be like, hey, so this woman stole my credit card. She used it here, and I need to get the security camera footage from the self-checkout machine that she used so I can use that in my case against her, right? When I walked into the Publix, right, and I full disclosure, full transparency, right, because context is very important. Okay, at the time, I have an afro. You can't really see it with the mask on. And at that time, I had a much bigger afro. And when I had gotten the call that morning from the credit card company, and it was like, yeah, these are all some of the places where all the transactions took place, and they all took place across the street from where that bitch lived. Well, I'm sorry, where that cunt lived. Okay, I apologize. I did not.
Apology accepted.
I did not mean to call her a bitch. Okay, I don't want to disrespect these bitches the same way that cunt was playing with me. So I walked in and I literally just rolled out of bed, and I was still wearing like my pajama pants, and I just put a jacket on. I had on a FUBU jacket, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And my afro was completely just like unpicked out and nappy and wild and shit, right? And when I walked right to the customer service, and I was like, I need to speak to a manager. And she told me, sir, we are not hiring and we do not have a public bathroom. We need you to evacuate the premises immediately. Because when she saw me, she presumed I was fucking homeless.
Well, having style isn't a crime.
Yeah, it was just like, no, look, listen, I was looking rough. I didn't think I was looking homeless rough, but I was looking rough. And she told me, she's like, sir, we don't have a public bathroom and we are not hiring. Please leave. This business is only for customers. I was like, get your manager out here now, bitch. Okay? Get your motherfucking manager out here right now. Yeah. And then the manager came out, and I didn't even address that situation. Like I said, I grew up in the South. I'm used to racism. That's just that's just a Tuesday for me. That ain't nothing, right? And then got the manager and told him what the situation was and told him I needed that fucking footage. And they told me that they couldn't give me the footage without a subpoena. And it took the amount of time it took for me to get the subpoena. Apparently, those self-checkout machines, according to the manager at Publix, only holds that footage for 30 days. So, and my credit card company didn't give me the information until 28 days after the transaction had happened. And then they made me wait another 30 days to try to get that fucking footage.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, it's like when I tell you this shit was like a wild part of my life, this shit was fucking insane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I do have something positive to report. That cunt that stole my credit card, that stole my public information, and used it to open up all those credit cards in my name, was in a severe car accident. So there you go.
That's the happy ending we were all looking for.
Yeah.
I also would have accepted that she died, but I'm glad she at least came into a near-death experience in that car accident.
She didn't die, but she got hurt real bad.
Okay, well, look, that's close enough for me.
Yeah.
Horseshoes and hand grenades. I love it.
Yeah. Listen, that shit was that. Yeah, she died. I found out years later on. It was like, yeah, man, she was in a real bad car accident. She almost died. She had to go through physical therapy. They had to teach this bitch to chew food and walk again. And my heart was so happy. I was just like filled with white light when I heard that at the moment. Good times.
I hope the physical therapy helped her regain full use of her stealing hands. I hope she was able to walk over to the computer and steal someone else's identity again. God bless her.
Not me. I hope her jerk off hand is arthritic forever. Okay. That's what I want. I don't want nothing easy to come to her. Okay, I want her to get a winning scratch off ticket and then it blows away into the wind and it burns up in a trash fire. Okay, I want nothing. I hope she falls into a puddle of mud on her wedding day. I hope nothing but bad things happens to that bitch.
The only thing worse than that would be to fall into a puddle of mud concert any day.
Certainly, absolutely. She'd be right at home there with all the filth.
I saw Puddle of Mud and Saliva and...
I saw the singer of Puddle of Mud get arrested.
What?
Oh, that would have been much better. That probably would have been much better than the concert I was at, for sure.
Yeah, like, there was a venue that would get a lot of the national acts, and I knew a lot of people that worked there, and I was there one time when Puddle of Mud was playing, and the singer got super drunk and like threw something at people in the crowd and then like got into a fight with them and then got arrested.
Okay. All right.
God damn.
Puddle of Mud, Saliva, and who was the other band?
God. That whole genre of music is so bad.
Puddle of Mud, was it Drowning Pool? Maybe it was Drowning Pool.
Maybe
as well. Yeah, it was called the Sons of New Metal or something like that.
Oh my
concert.
God.
I forget what it was called. Yeah, I damn sure I was very happy to be in that concert too. Like back in the early 2000s, that was my shit.
Just getting on. Jesus Christ, what did that lady do to Hannibal?
Too much shit, man. Too much. Listen, and the worst thing is, that's not even like the worst thing she did, right? Like she got a warrant put out for my arrest. She got me.
It made MTV News back in the day when it happened. Anyway,
Puddle of Mud's Wes Scatlin arrested after drunken performance. See, but he wouldn't have gotten arrested after Drunken Peasants. That's where he fucked.
No.
Yeah, exactly. He would just have a good fucking time out here watching some silly clips.
Yeah. So I think we're we got to 25% of the goal tonight on show one, which is amazing.
Deal.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and
it's Asterios. That's why they're here for him, you know. And
No.
And I helped.
They
all right?
love the
everybody
show.
helped.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now just imagine how much more money we would have made if Billy would have been here.
Well, but look, you can't that guy. You can't work that guy 7 nights a week. That poor guy. He's got to go on some adventures sometime.
No, look, listen. In this economy, you got to have a job and a side hustle. Okay,
that's exactly correct. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look. Speaking of that, I got to present a bunch of bullshit at work tomorrow at 8 in the goddamn morning. But if you like me, Asterios Koganos, you listen to my podcast. The Loudest Podcast.
Yes.
It's a fun time where I scream and I tell stories of my insane adventures with my insane fiance. You go to loudestpodcast.com, you open up Spotify, you open up YouTube, anywhere you can find podcasts, you can find The Loudest Podcast. Thanks for having me on. Oh my God, this was so much fun.
Yes. See, his is so much better than mine because I always say I am Hannibal the Beat Animal, and then Monty says, and I'm Monty. But there's no fucking Monty here, and we've been rebranding for like 4 or 5 months now. So, but the rebrand is done now, and we should start having new episodes. We're trying to do a pop-up episode next week, a soft open, if you will. But then the new episodes will be coming next year, and we're going to be doing a lot more music videos. So if you like that Jesse Lee Peterson video, just wait till you see what we got.
You know
in store
what
for
though?
the next year.
You know what? I think Monty might be here, at least in spirit.
I have fucked both of my parents. He definitely made Thanksgiving real awkward that year. Okay, Meemaw and Peepop did not like him saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.